See, we're talking about black and African Americans. We're not talking about this beef shit that we're on. We're not on this drama shit right now. We're on Aboriginal TV's channel talking about Pan Africans throwing shots at the Aboriginals. A Pan African came on here, our brother that makes our shows live for real. I gotta say, all of us need to like sneak together and throw this nigga like $10 because he's one of the only Pan African boo boos that come up here and put up a fight. People that just come up here need to see that. They need to see an African and they need to see an Indian and they need to see the debate so they could choose a side. Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.
Peace and love, YouTube family. What's going on? It's your girl, Leah La Poete Speaks. We're here today to learn how to research effectively. This is really a needed review. I'm sure that many people are like, girl, bye. But I'm like, child, you need it. What exactly is research? You know, I like to start with the basics. So the noun would be the systematic investigation into a study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. All right, simple. The verb would be to investigate systematically. And the key thing is to focus on, family, is systematically. There has to be a method to which you research. You can't just research willy-nilly. You can't just pull up a site and say, oh, this feels good. This sounds like what I'm talking about, and just share it. There has to be some type of research methodology, family. And so you ask yourself, what are the steps that I have to go through in order to establish how I can research effectively? So step one would be to investigate the author. You have to know about who you're sharing information from, family. So how do you go about validating the author? There's a few ways that you need to do this, okay? So first of all, is the author's name listed anywhere on the website? I've seen people share things and I go to the website and I can't even find who wrote the article, whose website it is, who are they associated with? Are they associated with any type of agency, any type of group, company, another blog group, a YouTube channel? Like, who is this person? And if you wanted to contact this person, is their information available? You know, let alone who they are, is their information even available? They should have somewhere where you can contact them. Is this person qualified to even speak on this subject? Why or why not? You don't necessarily have to have a degree in a particular subject, but it is good to have some type of background education to help establish yourself as a validity on this topic. Also, you can utilize search engines, home pages, and print resources in libraries such as biography indexes. So there's ways that you can go about validating who this person is. So that's your very first step. Because if you can't validate the author, family, there's literally no point in you continuing on with this particular topic from this particular author or website or book or research paper or whatever it is that you're studying, family. Validate who the author is. I can't say that enough, and I can't say how very important that is. Okay, family? So the next step into being able to research effectively, family, would be determining the objective. What's the purpose? What's the objective? What's the motive behind this? Why is the author writing this? What are they trying to convey to me? You have to know these things. What is the motive behind the article, site, book, research paper? Once again, whatever it is, YouTube video, whatever it is that you're trying to validate. Why is the person writing this? Are they trying to teach me a little something, something? Are they trying to make me laugh? You know what I mean? Are they trying to sell you some shit? What is it that they're trying to convey? What's the motive? Does the reading, whatever it is that you're reading or studying or watching, whatever, does it contain mostly facts, opinions, or is it a combination of both? If something has a combination of both, that's not a bad thing. You would probably, of course, depending on the topic that you're researching, you would want to have more facts, you know what I mean, than opinion. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, if it's filled with mostly just their opinions, family, and how they feel, you can probably say that the motive is to persuade you to think like them. The next question would be, is there a hidden agenda within this reading? Sometimes when you're researching something, you can see that they have an agenda. They have a motive, a hidden motive that they're trying to either hide but ultimately convey, or it's just downright in your face. And you have to determine that. Is this information presented without bias? That's very important. If a person is extremely biased and they can't be objective because they are so emotionally attached to a certain topic, that's not a person or a source that you want to utilize, family, because they're too biased. Can you find any propaganda within the article, the website, the book, whatever, the paper? Are they trying to sell you on some type of propaganda? If they are, don't rock with that, family. Obviously it's full of crap. Who is the audience that the author's intending to read the material? Like who are they writing this for? Are they writing this for children? Are they writing this for adults? Are they writing this for other researchers? Who are they writing this for? Who is their audience? Are there any sources listed within the text or anywhere on the site? Now let's stop right there and let's dig further into resources, family, because a lot of people have a problem with knowing what's a credible source and what's a non-credible source. Now, I didn't list for you what credible sources are. Obviously, it's going to be the opposite of the non-credible sources, but let's focus on non-credible. Non-credible sources are filled with hella opinions and very, very little facts, if any facts at all, family, okay? They attempt to present facts, yet they have no sources cited to back their claims, or their sources are from other biased propaganda-based individuals or organizations. So if you're trying to share something, let's say about Egypt, and you're sharing it from Young Pharaoh, and then Young Pharaoh has shared it from Young Pseudo-Fuck off YouTube, you might not want to use Young Pharaoh and Young Pseudo-Fuck's information because those two are probably extremely biased and filled with emotion. Website is not regularly updated, or many of the links are broken. So if you go to a site and it's got hella broken links and the website says copyright of like 2003 and it's 2020, when is the last time they actually even been on that site? They don't even maintain it. Facebook posts, YouTube videos, blogs, and shit like that, family, they can be credible sources, but they have to provide you with verifiable links, or you can independently verify the information that they give you on your own. So if you can verify it on your own and it's true, okay, you can say it's true. And if you can verify time and time again that this person's Facebook post, YouTube, blogs, whatever, that they present, you can verify it on your own independently that it's true, or they provide links for you, you can trust that shit. But unfortunately, that doesn't apply to most Facebook pages, most IG pages, most YouTubes, most blogs. Most of them, unfortunately, are not credible sites. They just say whatever the fuck they want to say, and that's dangerous. So while we're talking about sources, let's get into primary and secondary. So a primary source is a document, speech, or other piece of evidence that was created during the period of study. Examples of that is autobiographies, letters, diaries, photographs, public records, etc. What is a secondary source? A secondary source provides interpretation and analysis of primary sources. Examples of secondary sources are textbooks, encyclopedias, databases, and literary analysis or critiques. Okay, so this is very important. You also need to determine what type of source are you working with. Is this a primary source or is this a secondary source? You need to know that. It's very important to determine, family, what type of source you're using. I prefer both, to use primary or secondary sources, but you can validate either one of those sources through the same methods in which we've already discussed earlier in this video, family. Now, when it comes to step 3, this is our concluding step in essence. And what we need to conclude is, based off everything that we've learned thus far, can I trust this information? Should I share this information? You have to ask yourself these questions. Have I been able to verify that this information is credible? If that's a no, don't share that shit on your page, family. Did I validate that the author can be trusted? If that's a no, don't share that shit on your page, family. Am I sharing this to teach or to push my personal agenda? If you're just trying to push your personal agenda and you didn't even care that the first 2 bulletins are true, then quite naturally, you shouldn't be sharing shit anyway because you're too biased. And ask yourself this question: am I willing to stand behind this information if challenged? Will I change the goalpost if someone challenges me on this information? You have to be able to stand behind the information that you share. Okay, a lot of people don't want to stand behind what they share. They share bullshit that they clearly didn't read, or if they did read, they misinterpreted it. And furthermore, a lot of times the information is not even factual information. So you have to be willing to stand behind it. So what did we learn today? Today I learned how to effectively research with Lily La Poete Speaks. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you somehow found some way to be upset about this video, then bless your special heart. Okay, watch it again. okay? Because this is very important information, especially within the woke community, family. You have to learn how to research. This has been your girl, Lita Lapuete Speaks. Make sure you share, like, comment on this video. See you guys again in a few days with another one. Peace and love. I'm out.
What's good, bro?
What's good, G? How you?
Same shit. Same old shit.
I don't know why this shit's so fucking low. I can barely hear any goddamn thing.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but my shit's low as hell. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go out and come right back in.
All right, bet.
All right. Just refresh this shit. Oh, now you don't want to let me refresh. Fuck.
Break the lane, I'm trying to make a name, but my sick thoughts got me by my brain. I'm searching for my, how ironic how we hustle for the same, but get bracelets for trying to get a chain, and they wanna take up.
Are you back?
Yeah, there we go. Now this shit right.
You good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that little? I couldn't really hear that little thing that you just playing in the beginning. What was that about?
Oh no, they was just talking about just a proper way to go about sourcing things. That's really
All right.
it. Like primary source, secondary sources. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Yo. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you could have heard that because I think she breaks it down good. The way you go about, just checking yourself when you're going through these sources and shit.
Oh hell yeah! Quite honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. After all this research over the years, I really don't believe none of it. None of this shit that's like for my cause or for anybody's cause whatsoever. I don't know. That's a whole nother subject though. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's kind of like people just put all this shit out here just for people to argue about. I look at it as fun because I ain't into my athlete shit no more and can't really, I'm still competitive and all that other shit, but that's how they kind of look at it. Like,
So when you say like they put things out there, what you mean? Because the things I'm finding is they was put out there at the time it was, like it's time
supposedly.
to sell. Well,
See, that's what that's
I
what I
mean
mean.
you can add conjecture to anything,
Yeah,
but it's like what I'm saying. You say supposedly, so you can go about that about anything. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
that doesn't make you right. Like if I physically show you a newspaper and I say it's from that date, and it's been proven to be from that date, and if you just be like, well, I don't believe so, there's nothing nobody can really do about that.
Let me sum it up like this: everything that we read, especially when we get back into history, is all hearsay. All of it. No matter which way you try to look at it, it's all hearsay because none of us was there to actually witness it or even have anybody be able to verify these accounts while they
So
were.
if you write something today and it's found 100 years later, that's hearsay?
Yeah.
Why?
Unless I do a recording and I'm sitting there, saying what I say and I'm back what I'm saying at that point in time, but still at the same time, it's still hearsay because I could have been coerced by somebody.
So it's not odd. You could have, yes, you could have been coerced by somebody, but the fact still remains that you wrote it at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
we're not. So
who
you
knows
could
that though?
argue why somebody wrote it, but
Yeah.
can we really argue if it was wrote?
Kinda. Like, look at the Willie Lynch shit. For a while there, a lot of people thought that shit was 100% truth, right? I don't know if the dude who wrote it is actually still alive or not, but it was written. People believed it to be 100% truth that this was written by whoever and whatever for whatever reason.
But was it believed at the time that it was supposedly written? No. That's what I'm saying. That this when you're supposed to do your historical search and see, you know what I'm saying? See if you can find this. You can't just take it for what it is because we see that written in the book.
And come up with my own conclusion from what I came together with. But at the same time, when you look at the whole Willie Lynch thing, when you really look at it, it really happened. Whether it was actually truly written or
concept,
not.
No, exactly. The concept definitely happened. As far as if the person was real or not, that's something different.
And same thing with the was that the 1792 African American that was that shit called the
the sermon of
yeah. I handle that.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta I'm gonna play this quick video real quick.
All right.
I'll be right back. Peace to all the viewers. This is not a coincidence. And today we're going to tackle some contradictory statement made by the Aboriginal community, namely Supreme Chief Holiday. In this video, he actually says African American did not exist in the 1800s. Then when I show him proof, he goes and says he's never said that. So let's watch the video.
Hold on, y'all. Enslaved, right? It says enslaved and free, right? It says it right there from the top. And it says African Americans, but we know that African Americans didn't exist at this time.
Right, so what? But
no. Listen, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for you right now, brother. Come on now. But we know that African Americans didn't exist at this time period.
You said they do what
wait,
they call
yes, sir. Wait, whoa.
So was they calling people that or not? Yes or no?
Let's go. No. So you came up with this half cocked ass piece of paper right here, bro.
Yes or no?
It's in my blood, nigga.
Why was they calling
what did you say?
That yes or no? You said it wasn't happening.
No, I never denied that. That's for a rookie that told you that.
No,
that's not for me. I never said that to you.
We can rewind.
Hey, bro, you didn't think I've never seen that article before? Sir, you didn't think I've never seen that article before? Hey, listen, you are, have you graduated from MBK yet?
You never seen shit like this. Why you changed? You said they wasn't calling nobody that.
I never said that. Hey, listen, Supreme Chief Holiday never said that.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
I can show you plenty of stuff that people wrote down and called people anything. That don't mean that they called themselves that. That don't mean that she called herself that. Does that mean that she called herself that? Yes or no? Sir, does that mean that she calls herself that? Yes or no? Does that mean that she calls herself that? Yes or no? I never said that. Okay, listen. Once again, I never said that.
Okay, so let me ask you one question. Was they calling people African American in the 1800s? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you say you never said that before. You're a liar.
I never said that.
Go ahead.
but we know that African Americans didn't exist at this time period.
Shut up. You don't know nothing about anything.
Yo.
Here.
Yeah.
I see what you pulled up real quick. Nice.
Yeah, you know, I saw us the fuck up. Nah, I do.
I know. That's why I fucks with you. Like, I was gonna lie, yo. Like between you, MBK, aka fucking whatever the hell those them niggas call themselves, Rob on and them. Y'all, some of the few.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, each one teach one, and there was something else before that too. Y'all, some of the few niggas that actually pull y'all shit up, and I respect that. And actually, I like the fact that y'all present a challenge and makes me actually want to look shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's what it's supposed to be about, though. Whoa. Fucking but yeah, this is the sermon that you was talking about. The sermon on the capture of Lord Cornwallis. But it says by an African American, 1782. So you're right. We don't know who the hell wrote this shit. We don't know who. But the point of the matter, my thing is not about who wrote it. It's about that we see this word used. This is 200 years before the 1980s. Like, you know, what the claim is. Everybody say, oh, Jesse Jackson did it. Nah, we actually see this word being used all throughout history.
I think that's where the confusion comes in because everybody say, oh, Jesse Jackson did it, but it's Jesse Jackson coined it. He made it stick, if you know what I mean. Because during that time frame, it was Negro, Black, Colored, or whatever the fuck else they came up with, Afro American and all this other stuff. So it wasn't so much, it wasn't used. It was Jesse Jackson actually coined it. He made it stick.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, you got the Aboriginal extremists who will say it just the word was never used before that. It doesn't exist. And that's just, you know, that's just not true.
There's oh man, I was just looking at this shit the other day. It'll show you that Native American, Aboriginal, and American Indian were all used in the same document. I can't remember exactly what it was, but all three of them terms, words, whatever the hell, were all used in the same document. I want to narrow it down to the same like paragraph, but I can't confirm that right now because I don't even really remember exactly what it was. Because I read so much shit and I be sitting over here like, all right, let me log that down. Then I'll give you credit because you hella more organized than I am. If I was organized as you was and MBK and a lot of other niggas out here, sheesh. You want to have me on your page?
I try to keep my shit together a little bit. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just save my shit in just different folders. You know?
Yeah, I got that. It's just my shit's on different devices. I got shit on my old phone, shit on this phone, shit on it's too spread out. I gotta consolidate my shit, and I'm like, what's another word? Because I ain't trying to get you flagged. And them certain people, the controllers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was like the controllers, you know what I mean, it'd be a whole nother story.
Yeah, I'm looking for this page. Yeah, oh, here we go. It says, before I proceed, any farther, let me address myself to my own complexion. Ye who are my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Well, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Ye descendants of Africa. I just like that part. You know, who the fuck you talking to? Word. You know, it's just certain things you just can't, historically, we just can't get around. So we could say, oh, well, we don't know who wrote it, but we see it pertaining to when we talk about the Aboriginal ideology, where they say, you know, there is no Africans coming here, there is no African slavery. Um, we see it when we actually go to the sources, we see something totally different, way different. Word. We got right here, man. This is something else.
But yeah, so let's just say it was written by an Afrikaner, and he's talking about his kinsmen, his those of his complexion. He didn't describe what his complexion was, which is very interesting. Number one.
But you see, this is where we're not taking history into context. What year do they say Afrikaners was used?
Around 1650.
No, they say 1815. And
No,
there's a reason for that.
The Dutch Boers were down there long before 1800s.
Yeah, but look, bro, I know they was in the 1700s, but the English didn't get there, and so the Dutch was in the Hope of what's it called, the Cape of Hope in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They were there since the 1700s. Then the English come and they colonize that same place in 1815, and they're calling these white people, they're calling them Afrikaners. They're using the Dutch word for African. That's what they're calling them. So that's when they started using them in 1815. What I'm showing you is from 1782. So my point is, there is nobody being called Afrikaners at this time.
Now that brings us right back to the whole African American thing. We seen African American used prior to. Who the fuck is calling me?
So this is what I'm saying.
Damn it. Hold on. Shit, nah, you good, but hold on.
Damn, I got that shit.
But yeah, so like we got that word African American used prior to the term being coined. We can apply that same type of logic to that. Doesn't mean it actually happened. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it, but so this is what I'm talking about here. So when we follow the etymology, they're talking about a specific time, right? And use the residents of Africa from 1815, right? So during Napoleonic Wars, the Cape Colony was annexed by the British and officially became their colony. The British speak English in 1815. And that's where they're getting that 1815 mark from, is when the British came there and is calling those people, those white Dutch people, the Boers, they're calling them Afrikaners then in 1815 when they colonized. So when we go to 1782, there is no white people be called African yet, according to the etymology. You feel what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second. Shit. Actually, I'm trying to share your link out real quick. Hold on. There we go. All right, my bad. Say that one more time.
So what I'm saying here, so there's a reason why they have that 1815 mark. It's because this is when the British colonized, took over the Cape in South Africa, and they're calling those Boers, they're calling them Afrikaners. So when we come here in 1782, it didn't happen in time yet. So we know, see, because you try to say oh, what if how we know they're not calling them Afrikaners? They're not talking about the white Africans. We know because according to the etymology, it didn't happen yet. It
Not
happens in
necessarily, because
1815.
African American didn't get coined until 1980.
Yeah, but we're talking about the
That's
1780. Listen, bro.
I know what you're saying, but what
Remember
I'm
what you
saying,
said?
hold on, hear me out though.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm
Go ahead.
saying is, all right, so 1782, we see the word African American used sporadically during time between then and 300 years later. No, 200 years later, my fault. And then we got a 30-year gap between that term being used and then coined.
What, a 30-year gap? What are you talking about?
Because you're saying 1815, and you're saying that the British got there, what? You said 1815, but the Dutch been there since late 1600s.
So African is an English word, bro.
No, African comes from the Latin.
No,
Latin Greek shit.
No. Okay. Yes, all words have roots, but how we say it, African, is the English version. Dutch, they say Afrikaners. That's the word for African. So the Dutch might have been saying Afrikaners, but we don't speak Dutch. You understand that? We're talking about when this English word African was applied to these white South Africans was when the British people came there and colonized the place and fought these Dutch Boers. That's how it happened. So this didn't happen in 1782. It just didn't happen in 1782.
All right. Well, Indians being called Negro didn't happen in 1441 either.
No, but West Africans was called Negro.
But Indians were called Negroes in the 1500s. So that word doesn't really distinguish exactly who they were talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're not talking about Negro, bro. We're talking about African.
No, I'm just giving you an example.
And the only reason this got brought up was because you said, how do we know they're not talking about the white African? Well, we know because they didn't start calling white people Africans until 1815.
And I'll say that's when they coined it. But I can't prove that. I ain't going to deny it. So let's just go ahead with what you say.
We got to go with what the source says, bro, until we can see otherwise.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find something for you. Because I'm just going off of my personal shit. I ain't going off of no, you know what I mean?
All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. To do what you got to do.
Yeah, go ahead. Play another video real quick.
Africa. This is the problem, Cuddy. I want to talk about what the black people said, what the black people went through. They want to go to some whole other shit. They run from
The question.
They can't find anybody who says what they say. Can you find?
Why are you lying? Martin Luther King.
No, he doesn't.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, hold on. Didn't you just see me playing?
No.
Okay.
Hey, listen, fam.
Go ahead.
Hey, bro, we're not gonna let you just come over here and say dumb shit when we have archaeologists that from the 1800s. Books, we got plenty of things.
But hold up, Chief.
I need him to address the
Not a
science,
coincidence.
bro.
Not a coincidence. Didn't you just see me play Eddie Griffin, and he just spoke to that? I just played Tariq Nasheed the other day.
No, he wants to find some pale skin.
I'm saying.
He needs a pale skin to say it.
I'm saying, what do you need? What are you saying that we're lacking?
So look, this is what you're lacking. Somebody made the claim that Martin Luther King says that we're Aboriginal. What I just put in the back chat is a speech.
No, he said we're exiled in our own land.
Don't do it. No, we're not about to do that. We're not going backwards. Let's go to what we could prove. He never said he was African. We know that. Stop it. We're going back to the science.
All right.
You sit on a throne of lies. No, you said that we don't have any foundation. No, sir. Only address the science that we're providing.
Take me 10 seconds. It takes me 10 seconds.
Okay, then address the science, please.
The claim was MLK saying exile the own land, which equals Aboriginal. What I'm saying, I put a speech from 1966, March 17th, where he says that we came from Africa and was in slavery. Y'all be lying.
Now let us notice first that we have made meaningful strides. And I think I should point out that the Negro himself has come a long, long way in re-evaluating his own intrinsic worth. In order to illustrate this, a little history is necessary. You will remember that it was in the year 1619 when the first Negro slaves landed on the shores of this nation. They were brought here from the soils of Africa. Not like the Pilgrim Fathers who landed at Plymouth a year later, they were brought here against their wills.
Well, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, man. Niggas be tripping. Fucking just putting anything on the ancestors. You there? You back yet?
Yeah. But yeah, got all right, so I'm gonna drop it in the back. If you want to pull it up, we can go over it real quick.
Definitely.
We could converse about that at the very least, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
All right. So hold on, let me drop that in the back. All right, check the back chat real quick. Cheers.
Let me cover it up. Oh, hold on. My bad. Here we go. You can see it?
Yeah, actually, hold on, what the hell? That shit pulled up different than on my phone. Let me check my phone again, because that shit's definitely different.
Yeah, that's what you put back there.
It's hold on. Oh, what's the website on there? Lingua Links, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Now some sites do have like a different look for phone.
All right, so yeah, let's just go ahead and go through this and see if I want to see if it says the same thing. Because if not, I'll just read to you what it says on my phone, and we can go ahead with what you got up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. I just ain't got all that fancy shit at the top. So Afrikaans can trace its roots back to the 17th and 18th century Dutch. 17th century, 1600s, 18th century, 1700s. That's before 1782, or during the era of 1782.
Yeah, but we don't say Africans though. This is a Dutch word, bro.
I know.
It's not an English word.
If you read through it, it's going to tell you that it goes through Cape Dutch.
That's cool.
That was before they called it Afrikaans. So in other words, they coined it Afrikaans after.
No, this is a Dutch word, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean they coined it Afrikaans after? What do you mean?
Because before that, the English referred to it as Cape Dutch.
Yeah, but they still call. Let me see some.
Now read the source of the page.
No, yeah, we can read it. Yeah,
right.
You read it. I'm gonna look for something. Tell me when you want me to scroll up. I'm listening.
Now, I was just gonna go ahead straight from my joint because I was just reading while that little video clip was playing. All right, several hundred years ago, Netherlands, South Africa. No, we ain't doing that. If you know a bit of Dutch, you might understand some Afrikaans cultural linguistic separation from the mother language eventually led to the creation of Cape Dutch and then to Afrikaans. The modern incarnation of the dramatic Afrikaans is a mixture of a much older form of Dutch and a hefty dose of vocabulary from other African, Asian, and European languages. Yeah, we both just learned something new on that shit. Afrikaans, while still strongly Dutch-based, has incorporated words from the clicking Khoisan, which we know two different groups, the Khoi and the San people, and narrow Bantu languages, Malay. Now that's really interesting. The Malay people, okay, and the Portuguese makes sense because the Portuguese and the Dutch had beef. Now there's a hodgepodge of lexicon items for you. Folks who speak Afrikaans as a first language or even a second or third language can generally understand a fair amount of Dutch as it's spoken in the Netherlands. That's like when I was down in Aruba. In Aruba, they speak was it Portuguese, Dutch, and Spanish and English. Although this might be helpful to some, it's important to remember the two languages have diverged significantly over time. So basically, we got like about 4 different languages that created the Afrikaans tongue. So at first, it was considered as Cape Dutch, according to this site.
I'm still here. I'm listening.
No, actually, I just started looking something else up because that was just what I was just trying to point out.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. They're not. So it's just like you're just trying to throw something out there to look. They could be African too, type of thing, and they could be talking about them.
Very well could be.
Bro, so that thing was written in Philadelphia. They're not in Philadelphia, bro.
No, that people could have been brought from there to Philadelphia.
No, but they wasn't though. You saying could have, but wasn't.
Know that. We don't know that.
No, we do know that.
No, we don't know that.
Okay. So what one thing we have to do is when we have these conversations, right? We have to understand if we don't have the evidence for it, we don't know it. If you don't have a source for it, you're making it up. Not saying that you're purposely making stuff up, but you can't just go and say add conjecture into things and be like, well, we don't know. Anything can be like that. It's about what can be proven and the evidence. It's not about conjecture. You can't just be basing everything on conjecture. Word, like. So this is what I was trying to tell you, bro. So there's a difference between Afrikaners and African. It's 2 different languages, even though they have the same meaning. It's 2 different languages. So when you have to say Afrikaners, you know you're talking about a different people. Black people were only called Africans, not Afrikaners. So just like the source you had to pull up, it's just not saying African. It's Afrikaans. It's different, bro. And you have to see the difference. They're not talking about white people in Philadelphia in 1782 being called Africans. They're just not. Unless you could show me something about that. Word. You there? I ran you off. What happened? I don't know. But yeah, you can't confuse this. There's no confusion. These people came at a certain time, and that's why the etymology says 1815, because that's when it was captured, you know?
Can we agree to disagree that we can't confirm nor deny whether people were Afrikaners that were brought here?
No, we can confirm. It's not in the record at all. There is no record of that. No, there is none. I'm saying there is none.
As far as we know.
Yeah, but no.
That's not what either one of us has found.
You haven't found it either, right?
No, that's what I said. Neither you or I have found this to be true or being able to actually fully deny it. You're trying to deny it. I'm saying it's a possibility.
But that's what I'm saying. Anything's possible. We're not here for possibilities. We're here for what we can prove. That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? Like we could prove
because everything that we was hearsay.
No, it's not, bro. Like this is not hearsay.
No, this could be hearsay too because we don't know exactly when it was written. We're told when it was written.
Bro, we know because Henry Lawrence only lived for a specific time. He's a real person. Like, if you want, you can go see his grave.
So I can link up
his account. We have other records with him.
Hold on.
Other.
Let me give you this whole conjecture. It's conjecture. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's conjecture. So we people that can sit there and make a book look old and write what they want to write because they've seen some older writing, right? And they can write what the hell they want into it. So again, it goes back to what I originally said from the jump. Everything that we read and go over is all hearsay because we weren't there. We can't confirm it. We could just go on our best conclusion from what we've read and that what we assume to be true.
No, we're not. See, this is what I'm saying. So we can run the whole "we're not there" thing, right? But some things we have to accept that just because we wasn't there, it happened. You wasn't there when your car was built, but you know it's there. You wasn't there for your birth. You wasn't there for your mother's birth. You wasn't there to witness a lot of things, but these things still happen, bro. So we just live in our generation. We won't know shit, and we have to trust the evidence that's left there. And unless you could prove, without conjecture, unless you could show why something could be made today, or you know what I'm saying, made it's a fabrication to push something. You can't just go like that, bro.
It's kind of like saying your cousin is your cousin because what you've heard through your family history that he was your birth and blood cousin, but then you hear growing up through the family, he's not really your cousin, but you still accept him as such.
Yeah, but until you actually look at the evidence to see why, which could be well, the only way to really know the truth is DNA, because you got birth records that say somebody's the father and they're not the father.
Yeah, there's people who've been charged by DNA with charges from forensic DNA that have been found guilty even though they were innocent.
You saying they was innocent even with the DNA?
Yeah.
Well, DNA, I mean, it could be. Well, no. So put it like this: if somebody would say no, put it like this: there's a way. No, that's not. Think about it, because everything is taken in context. If I'm standing on the corner all day with my peoples, right, we smoking, drinking. Obviously, I'm gonna leave some spit there. I might have threw a cigarette. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna leave some DNA there. I might have threw a cigarette. Might have left my beer bottle there. Smoking weed, spitting, all types of shit. And then so happens somebody gets killed there. Now, just because, so now we have to understand how to. So it's their duty to understand how this DNA got there. Now,
so if you got that bulb from your man's, his DNA is going to be on it too if he passes it to you.
Yeah. But that just puts me at the spot. That doesn't mean I commit a crime.
Exactly.
So what? No. No, that just leads to further. They want to talk to me now. That don't mean I'm getting charged. It don't work like that, bro.
They talk to you, they're gonna hurt you.
No, but now say that there's a body and my DNA is on that body and he's dead. Now we have to have another conversation. It's all about circumstance. Like you can't just be like, oh, the DNA's there, you're going to jail. No, it don't work like that.
And depending on who you is. Oh yeah, definitely depending on who you is. Because if your family got money, white, black, Chinese, it doesn't matter.
Well, we have to leave the systematic bias out of these conversations because
I can't because that's
but then that has nothing to do with the evidence. Then that has to do with the system being biased. Yes, no, it does, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
DNA, it's not that. So it's the system that's fucking you over, and not the DNA.
It could be, it might not be. Your DNA.
No, it's not.
Your DNA could say that you was at the scene and homeboy punched you right before that shit, and he shot homie right before that, and your blood splattered onto that nigga, and all of a sudden they're gonna sit there and say that you did it.
That what, you killed the other person that he killed?
Yeah.
Hell no, hell no. Because there's forensic. Just because Nah, bro, because they can rule out shit even though if your DNA is in there. It's about like how. You know what I'm saying? Just because it might be on him, is it on the other body?
Before
And
DNA,
if it is, they can tell if it's a splatter, if it was a drip, or if it got smudged on. It don't work like that, bro.
The nigga,
Like
if the nigga stole off on you, and he caught you leaking, and some of your leak landed on him, and then your man's pulled out and put him to the dirt, then that's on you, because your leaks was found on him, so now you in the dirt because of
but
him.
they could, but most of the time they could tell how it got there. So if you're saying he punched you,
yeah. At the same time, your man was
they're gonna
standing.
see. Well, they're gonna see that it came from him being the aggressor. That don't mean you killed him.
Now, because here's the thing, though. Because if they check your clothes, you're still gonna have some of that goddamn gunpowder on your shit because your man's there next to you. You put a couple hollows in them.
I see y'all love this.
No, I'm just giving you scenarios. I'm just saying this is
the conspiracy theory shit.
Conspiracy, bro. I'm just telling you, like, we know what happens to so-called niggas.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's outside of science. Now we're in a biased system. You know what I'm saying?
He paid off just like the whole Darwin theory. Money talks.
No.
Darwin's theory was proposed, backed, and put forth by money. There's no denying that, because you also had
actually. So when Darwin was putting that shit out, they was all opposed to the shit. Like they're like, what do you mean? All of us are the same, and humans start in Africa. They was opposed to that shit.
Yeah, they also had the out of Asia theory at the same time. Nobody knows about that because money talks.
What do you mean? There's always been theories of where people come from. You got the theory of evolution in Africa in the 700s.
No,
by some Arab dude.
But what's the main one that became accepted by the majority of science?
The concept is but this is what I'm saying. Yeah, Darwin, he just started these people looking into this stuff. He didn't have any real like concrete evidence for it. He just made his own educated guess. And then through the years, it's been
came up with that
through evidence.
America.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but he came up with that theory while he's in South America.
No, he went through a whole bunch of violence. It wasn't because he went to some South American place that's what it came up. No, it was his travel through the whole world.
Oh shit! God damn it. My bad, dropped my phone. But yeah. So what I'm saying is all this shit is nothing but speculation on everybody's part. We're arguing for speculation of scientists. And then we do know that money talks, bullshit walks. There's one thing that's guaranteed.
We can't put speculation on. I mean, so maybe not on some shit like maybe certain conversations isn't for you, bro. Like if you can't go on what people are saying are primaries, and even the
well, who are saying are primaries?
The professionals, bro. If everybody's in on the conspiracy, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna work, bro. Because if your only reply is well, it's possible it went this way, it just doesn't work like that, man.
Why not?
Because there's something called evidence, something I could show you.
Because you go back to these whole philanthropic societies, the anthropology societies, and all these other little societies that started all this shit after Darwin, Linnaeus, and all these other people.
No, that's not
all that.
So what are you specifically talking about? How they say all humans come from Africa?
No, all humans come from anywhere, even a multi-regional theory. Nobody knows is the point. Nobody knows.
No, okay, listen, we can say that they don't. They might not be 100% sure. We could say that, but they're going off of something. Like they're not just making it up.
Then that brings us back to the Bible.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This has nothing to do with the Bible, bro. You're bugging.
Because what does science say? We all stem from one.
No, that's not what science says. And this is where y'all get the shit confused because y'all hear Eve and shit like that. That's not what they're saying. They're actually saying it's a group.
No, but science says that we all started from a certain group. Even the Bible tells you there was groups outside of Adam and Eve.
No, but but let's break this down, bro. What is the actual claim is we all share a recent common ancestor. That's the claim of it. And then when they go to the recent common ancestor, it's a couple 100,000 years ago. But guess what, bro? That group of people, guess what they had? They had ancestors too. That guess what? That not all the human population descends from. So I don't think you're taking the science out of context. It's not that every single human that ever lived now produced all these humans. There's a group of humans that we don't come from. And I'm talking about Homo sapiens sapiens. Their gene population did not make it to populate the rest of the world. So that's why they say recent common ancestors.
All right, and again, science says that we have a shared common ancestor. The Bible says that we come from God, which would be our
ancestors.
No, God would be in biblical terms. We would be God.
I ain't talking about biblical. I don't care about that shit.
No. I'm just saying in general because science is trying to say the same thing the Bible is saying. Is just trying to say it in a scientific manner. It's saying the same shit the Bible is saying.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Absolutely
it is. Because if we come from if we stem from a common ancestor, in the Bible is going to tell you the common ancestor we came from God. And what we got in science is we have a missing link on what this common ancestor is.
Nah, bro, you got this shit all fucked up.
Told a different way.
You got this shit all fucked up.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Nah, it's really the same shit. Like, that's why science, we found the God particle.
You got this shit all fucked up.
Nah.
You know what this is right here?
Oh, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me see what you got here. It looks like you got some, all right, so I see chromosome. Yeah, okay, the A00. Yeah. And they call it Adam. Adam and Eve. We got the Eve gene, Adam gene, which goes right back to the fucking Bible.
Listen, bro. Listen, that's just a name place that they give so people can understand what they're talking about. But this is what I want to say to you. Adam, listen, this is what I'm trying to say to you. The one that they're calling Adam, this group of people that they're calling Adam, guess what? Adam comes from people also. And not every human has those people's genetics. And those people come from people.
Again.
So this is just humans' recent common ancestor. Look at all these haplogroups. Look at all these fucking haplogroups.
We've been around for so long, so they're saying the recent common ancestor is like really, they're the same thing, just saying the same shit in different ways because they want to say, oh, you don't believe in this? Here, I'm gonna give you this.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
So you want to see where they find A00 at?
They find it in Cameroon, South Carolina, and a couple other spots. But A00.
So these is actual. So this website is called Wildfoot. This is people who actually took tests, right? Mm-hmm. This is real regular people who took tests. This isn't dead people. This isn't dead bodies. This isn't like these are people who took a test and sent it in. And we see Cameroon.
Uh-huh.
Cameroon. We don't see no. You know what I'm saying? We're like, that's just how it goes, bro.
Nigerian, who I think he was Nigerian. He was either Nigerian or Cameroonian. He took a DNA test and it said he was like Senegalese or some shit, but he knew his genealogy, and his genealogy didn't match his DNA test.
What was it saying he's doing? Because today he's Senegalese and he's going by these European borders.
No, he's in the same exact area. But
so it's gonna put him in that same exact area. It's just not gonna say. Trust me, bro. I gotta see what you're talking about. I want to see.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And I don't know if we gotta play another video, but give me a second.
I would have seen.
All right, hold on, give me a second.
Well, this is my haplogroup right here. I didn't take this test, but this is my haplogroup.
And what do haplogroups follow after? I'm sorry, you about to hold me up from what I'm about to look up, but yeah, what do haplogroups follow after?
It follows the paternal or maternal line.
No. What's the bigger picture that they follow after?
What bigger picture?
Out of Africa. That's what they follow.
Yeah, but no, but it's by evidence, bro. That's what you're missing. It's by the evidence. So no, there's evidence for it. Like I'm showing you, this is DNA evidence, bro. This is A00. This is A0-10. A0-10 goes off to populate the rest of the world. This is A0-10. This is where you're gonna find the Khoisan and people like that.
Before Albert Perry, right? Before Albert Perry, no A00, and then they went to Africa to find that A00.
Hold on, no, look, before they found A00, they had A0T already in Africa.
And A00 they're the oldest, right? It wasn't around.
They're the same age, bro. They're the same age. No, they're the same.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Let me look up what I'm trying to find before I forget it. All right.
Yeah, they're the same age.
Just speak on what you're speaking on. Give me a second.
Same, bro. I'm calling something. Damn, where's that? Well, like they just not. He's just basically trying to ignore the evidence. The evidence is they find all the older human fossils, signs of human life in Africa. And as we leave Africa, the years get shorter and shorter. That's just it. Then it comes to the DNA. DNA, same thing. We see older mutations in people from African populations. We see newer mutations from people outside of Africa. Or we see people that's always been in Africa. They don't have the newer mutations, and that's how we know. It's really that simple. Like, you can't get past it. Why can't I find this dude in the evolution before Charles Darwin? What's up?
That's what I'm looking for it right now, because right now, I don't know. Put it like this: shit that I'm done looked up like years ago. It's harder to find now, even though it should be just as easy. There's an African who took a DNA test, and his DNA came back something that he knows his lineage.
Well, this is what I'm saying, bro.
Thing his DNA test said.
Well, we have to see. I would have to see to really get my opinion on it. He could just possibly be somebody who doesn't understand what he's reading. And I'm gonna put it like that. Well, but this nigga Al Jahiz, he was born in 776, died 868 or 869. Was a prose writer and author of works of literature, theology, zoology, and political religious polemics. He described himself as a member of the Arabian tribe Banu Kinana. 1,000 years before Darwin, Al-Jahiz came to the conclusion that there must be some mechanisms that influence the evolution of animals. He writes about three main mechanisms: the struggle for existence, the transformation of species into other, and environmental factors. He is therefore credited with outlining the principles of natural selection. See, we always want to give shit to a white man, but there's a lot more shit out there, and you know what they say: there's nothing new under the sun. So, as technology got better, you know, Al Jahiz, he was probably not able to travel as easily as Darwin was. Don was getting on ships. At his time, there's a lot of ships was going all around the world. At this time, it definitely wasn't. So yeah, we always want to give something to a white man, but this man is actually credited for laying the foundation of natural selection. He look white to you, bro?
He look mixed, to be honest.
No, but does he look white? He could be whatever. We just know he's not white.
He look like he been out in the sun with a turban. Let's just say that.
I mean, let's put like this is drawn with a pencil, but from we see, we can say that we don't think this is a European like Darwin was.
European or Caucasian? Which one?
Well, no, I'm saying European. I'm saying European. Caucasians, there's a lot of things that fit under the Caucasian.
Good choice.
Title. Trust me, I know. But he could be considered Caucasian.
At the same time, he also could be considered
but not European. Yes, exactly.
From?
Yeah. But I just want to show you that we have natural selection.
Yeah.
By this man, you know what I'm saying? And
And again, all these motherfuckers are gonna bring you back to the goddamn Bible, which is really fucked up. Like, from my research, bro, over the years, you can't escape the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the fucking Talmud, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You can't escape this shit. Everything goes back to all of it. How? I'm just gonna say money talks.
When the further you go back, of course, everything's gonna go back to the Bible because it was very Bible based. But when you get to how science is today,
shit, that nigga Chun.
Huh?
That nigga look like Full Man Chun. The motherfucker you got on the screen right now. He look like Full Man Chun who been walking in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights.
My point is he don't look like that. He don't look like that. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no, this shit, like, I don't know. That's why I consider all this shit a sport though. Because all this shit is really, no matter which way we look at it, is all pure conjecture. We just trying to do our best to take what other people possibly put forth or really put forth or somebody lied about. And we're just doing what we can because we got our own personal biases one way or the other.
I mean, I could be confident in saying I don't have a bias. My only bias is I want to see the information.
My nigga, you do got a bias. You do got a bias. You can't avoid that.
Nah. I mean, if I ever do point it out.
Last time I was on here with you said, "Oh no, you fine with so-called Negro-looking people being here in America." But then later on, you show me, oh, this person here, this is what a real Native American looks like.
No, see, that's not what I'm saying. Y'all calling these people Negroes. I am not calling them. I see. Y'all would. I think that what I'm getting from y'all is y'all want to call everybody who.
No, don't say y'all. Me and you. My best to say. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say look, me in this conversation, we're representing a group of people. Even though we think we're talking individually, we're coming from separate ideologies. So I think that if you say y'all, I know you're not. You may not be specifically talking about me. You just might be talking about people who share my same thinking in certain ways. So I don't necessarily mean you. You know what I'm saying?
That's because I'm gonna try to hold your feet to the fire. I want you to hold my feet to the fire. I don't want you to hold my feet to the fire because some other nigga says something else I may or may not agree with, or I may slightly agree with. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa.
I agree.
So I'm gonna do my best to do it, and I might fail many times.
Hold on a second.
Might fail many times, but you know. No, who's he? Actually, shit, man. Because, man, I mean, because you know what? There's shit that I don't want to say just yet because I'm waiting for it to be brought out. I don't know how else to explain it. As far as my studies. So I ain't trying to say what I want to say until it really gets brought to the forefront. Because I still got more on top of that. But the way I look at it, there's like, actually, shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hold on. Off of this whole topic, everything that we're talking about right now, when we was on Ab TV channel, and I seen you pulling up your ancestors, big props for that.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. We're supposed to try to tie history to ourselves.
You the second Pan African I seen that showed his Indian ancestry.
But that's what it. But so I think that's another thing too. Y'all kind of throw this Pan African word around. So since you know me, right? Since you know me, really, I haven't done like you don't do nothing Pan African. So Pan African is an action. Being Pan African, you know what I'm saying? It's an action. When I'm on the internet talking to y'all, that's not Pan Africanism. You know what I'm saying? Pan Africanism would be doing things to help the community, help. You know what I'm saying? Actually doing shit. It's not just talking about history. And y'all kind of make it into like a ethnic group, and it isn't. It's just it's an ideology.
It's just a group. It's kind of like saying Republican versus Democrat type shit.
Yeah, you could say that. You could definitely say that because they work together to make money together and to make laws to better themselves together. Yeah, for their interests. Absolutely. But the reason they say that we should be that is because we have a shared history. You know what I'm saying? And
all right. So would you be
opposed? A shared history of what happened in America.
Well, would you be opposed to? Let's just say, let's not call it Pan African because it's also Pan Indian. Let's just say, for us here in America, as Negroes, Nagas, colored, blacks, whatever the fuck, let's just say all American.
Say what?
All American.
Nah, I'm not saying it.
What's wrong with that?
And I have a reason for that because that's kind of like you kind of like trying to take my history. Like I don't go around saying I'm a Pan African.
Because
but I will say I'm a Black American.
Oh.
I'm an African American, and with that comes history. I'm not taking that away.
But if you want to go with the African American, you're negating the Indian. You don't want to go American because you feel that is negating the African. But being Pan African at the same time is negating the Indian. Yeah. Because if you don't want to sit there and accept all American, which you are all American because you was born here in America, so that makes you all American. You proved your American Indian lineage. That makes you all American. You're doing
my ancestors wasn't giving a fuck about the term American.
No, because you don't want to accept all American, but make sure African is attached to it.
No, first thing I said was Black American. So that's the first thing I said was black.
What was black?
What do you mean? What is black?
Black is
black. No, it's not black.
It is.
So the reason we're called black is because the Portuguese called us Negro.
What does Negro from the word Niger? Let's pull that up real quick. Look up the etymology of the word Niger.
Yeah, but look, we don't have to do all that. Yes, it means Niger is black in Latin, bro. We don't have to do all that. There's a river. There's actually a Niger River in Africa.
In Latin, the word Niger comes from the Tuareg word, which I can't even begin to pronounce.
That's cool. That's cool. So I don't care. I don't care where the word comes from.
River that they gave it.
I don't care where the word comes from. The point is that my people, my ancestors accepted those terms. They call themselves black and Negro, regardless of how you might feel about the word today.
Oh, well,
doesn't matter.
But again, my people accepted the word Indian.
Did any of your people go to AME church? I dare you to lie.
No, hold on. I got something for you on that too.
Yes, we all family because and guess what? In every black community, it was AME church. So we all went to these places called African that we established ourselves.
So is Rice-A-Roni really a San Francisco treat?
See how you have to go to something else to a
No,
riddle.
I'll give you an example.
See how we go to a riddle.
Rice-A-Roni is a San Francisco treat, even though it's not. Or just like Texas El Paso sauce ain't from fucking Texas, it's made in New York City, but people accept that as Texas.
But
People call them American or African this or African that, or the African AME Church, doesn't mean that they're actually African.
Why don't?
All right, I'll give you somebody who's in my lineage, Hiram Rhodes Rebels. He claimed that
Go ahead, my bad, Dad.
He has no African lineage to be proven.
How do you know that?
I did the genealogy. We know that his mother is considered to be Scottish Welsh.
So how many generations back did you go?
To 16 I forget exactly when, but it was a court case where the progenitor of the Revels family was named, I think it was Joseph Revels. I might be wrong on the first name.
Was this the white side?
No, that's his Indian side. Back in where the hell was it? Either Virginia or Maryland, one of the two. But he was Matomkin Indian. And that's where the Rebels name came from, and that's where it passed down, and then went all the way down to Georgia, where they became Cherokee. And then from there, he became Hiram Rhodes Rebels, the so-called first African American. But there's no African proven. First African American senator, but there's no African to be proven. What we can prove is on his father's side. There's in English.
Negro? Does he have Negro ancestry?
That's what it said, but he doesn't have. He was never a slave.
So Negro doesn't mean slave, bro. See, here you go with that bullshit again.
And then
Negro does not mean slave. It don't.
It does, according to the court system. And
no, it doesn't.
South Carolina courts tell you in 1819, Ex parte Leland will tell you that the court system says that Negro has a fixed meaning slave.
Yeah, but that's in a legal. So look, that's in a legal sense, and that's only in South Carolina.
Which was what? The number one and the precedent for other states.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so you said 1819, right?
Yeah, look up Ex parte Leland.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on, we'll get there. I just want to make sure the claim is. So 1819, right? So in 1818, what did Negro mean?
Actually, the 1819 ruling. No, my fault. I'm
breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yo. Yes. I can hear you.
All right. So I'm kind of mixing a little bit. But
breaking up.
God damn. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna refresh my screen and come right back. Am I still breaking up?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me refresh it. I'll come right back. Pull me right back up. Just look for it.
I got you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm mad. I don't got this actual newspaper, but this is a post I shared a while ago. It's from Baltimore, the Baltimore Afro-American newspaper, February 27, 1932. And what it is with the black boy. All right, go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So,
what did you say the case was? What did you say the case was?
Ex parte Leland.
Lee, L-E-H.
No, Leland. Ex parte, EX space PARTE. But yeah, what I'm actually mixing up right now comes from John Belton O'Neill. His dissertation that he made, he was a Supreme Court judge in South Carolina when he did his South Carolina 1740 Negro Law. And that 1740 Negro Law says that all right.
My bad. I don't want you to go too far because I got a couple questions. So John Belton is writing this when?
He wrote it in 18. Actually, I think it was around but basically 100 years later. I think it was 1840. I can't remember exactly the year.
Yeah, so the Negro laws come out in 1740, and you got John Belton O'Neill writing in 18, almost, I think it's around 100 years later. So is he writing a law? What is he doing?
He's doing his dissertation based on the court cases that he's read, that he's come across.
What do you mean a dissertation?
That's what it's called, a dissertation that he did, or a summary. Actually, no, I think they actually qualified it as a summary, to be exact.
So he's writing a pamphlet. He's writing a pamphlet for his
he summarized. He summarized what he's studied in the cases that came before.
That's cool. That's cool. Yes, I agree. He studied cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then his conclusion was that through these cases, you're seeing nothing but Negroes, and so Negro means slave.
No, that's not what he said. He said,
"Oh no." That's me paraphrasing. That's me paraphrasing.
No. That's why I said I mixed up with exactly what was going on. 1819 is different than what he said, and what he said in 18.
I know that.
All right. So what he was saying.
I know John Belton O'Neill.
All right. So what did he say? All right. So I want to hear from your mouth though. What did he say Negro meant?
He said it had a fixed meaning.
No, he didn't.
Meaning what? That's not the one where he said slave. Oh no, he said Negroes are the niggas
confined to
Berbers.
There you go. Ancient Berbers and their descendants.
Well, you need to hear me out though, bro. And I need you to really answer this question for me. So John Belton O'Neill he's not writing anything about he's not writing anything that has anything to do with a law. He's not.
He's writing about what he surmised from the law.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect any laws. This is, as far as it goes, it's just his opinion.
Based on the effect of the laws that came before him.
Yeah. And what's the effect? He just keeps seeing Negro slaves.
That were ancient Berbers and their descendants.
No, that's fine. He could do whatever. He could see what believe. I don't care. This
Berber
is my point.
babies.
Why? Listen, cool, Berber baby. Say it again. You like saying it. Good.
Yeah, that's my shit. Berber babies.
I want you to get it out your system. I know you I already know. We've been there already. But the point is, bro, this is just a white man saying this. This doesn't change any dictionary meaning.
But it's just a white man saying it, but yet you accept the white man saying that your DNA is this. So you can't have it both ways.
No, I accept a black man saying it.
No, you accepted a black man saying from what the white man taught him.
No, that's not true. But let's not.
It is true.
Let's not run, bro.
No, that's not running. That's the truth. Where did Rick Kittles learn DNA from? The white man.
You know what school he went to?
I know he went to. I know he went to high school in New York.
Yeah, in Central Islip.
Yeah, that nigga's a fucking mystery. I'll tell you that. That's really funny to me. But
he ain't. I wouldn't know that. A lot of people don't even know he's from New York. But
no, he's not from New York. He's actually from Georgia, but his family moved up to New York.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like he lived up there a while. He went to school and shit up here.
Yeah, he got the whole Negro experience in New York and all that. But yeah, bet.
But let's not skip to Rick Kittle. We can talk about him later.
All right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going in and out.
Fuck. God damn it.
So you got John Belton O'Neill. He's not writing anything about any laws. I mean, he's not writing anything that produces any laws. He's not writing anything that affects any laws. It's just really...
He's just writing on the laws that already affect him.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything, bro. It's a pamphlet that gets circulated in their little house of meetings and shit like that. It does nothing. But
that actually helps the cause. It's between him, because he wrote the laws between him and his people.
No, they didn't write no laws pertaining to that, bro.
Actually, my fault. I used the wrong words. He didn't write no laws, but he made a pamphlet or a dissertation or a summary, whichever way we want to surmise it, He wrote this shit. He wrote this shit for him and his constituents for that era. And during that era, he surmised all the laws that came prior to and the court cases that came through that already affected these people. And just like you can find in South Carolina, you know, the first Muslim that came to South Carolina, and this, that, and the third.
I don't know if you're talking.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. But yeah.
So this your man right here, right? That's your man's in there? That's your man's. This is who you got me. This is who I got to fight against, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So his opinion of what he felt Negro meant changes dictionaries from the 1700s, 1800s. It changes all that shit.
Not just dictionaries. Because on that same dissertation, summary, or whatever fuck you want to call it, actually, let's come up to an agreement on what we're going to call that. So this way I ain't got to go through all these other words to try and summarize exactly what it was. What do you want to call it? Dissertation, summary?
You was going in and out.
God damn. Hold on. His research? Let's just say his research on court cases that preceded him by 100 years led him to the conclusion that Negro meant ancient Berbers and their descendants, and that it was confined to that. You heard me? Don't tell me this shit fucking up again.
Nah, I hear you. I hear you.
All right. All right, so to OJ Lucky, when it says Indian, he accepts it. When it says African, he calls it hearsay. You weren't here. I don't know if he was here when this whole joint started off. I told not a coincidence. Everything that we've learned is all nothing but hearsay. Even the stuff we're going over right now, it's all hearsay. Because we weren't there at the time to actually confirm nor deny exactly what happened. That's like Pookie got shot on the block, but Tay down the block says, no, I want Pookie who got shot. It was Ray Ray.
I mean, y'all throw these terms out there, you know. So this the part you was looking at?
Oh, let me see real quick.
I'll see if I can see it.
Nah, let's go to his actual work though.
Well, I got it, but it's the same shit, bro.
Oh shit! So man, wiki accusation in the air, section 4. I bet the term Negro is confined to slave. No, it doesn't say slave Africans. That's not what it says in his actual work. It says it's confined to the ancient Berbers and their descendants. It does not embrace
you be making me really have to go look for shit, man.
Egyptians, Moors, and whoever the fuck else. Nigga, you got that shit on deck. What you talking about?
Yeah, but I ain't feel like doing all this. Well, see, 1848, over 100 years.
All right, so 108 years.
The term Negro is defined. Look, this is it. The term Negro is confined to slave Africans, the ancient Berbers, and their descendants. It does not embrace the free inhabitants of Africa, such as the Egyptians, Moor, or the Negro Asiatics, such as Lascars.
And the one I seen, it wasn't this color though. It was that yellowish looking paper.
Well, I'm not gonna say this is the original. I mean, they made copies of this, bro.
Yeah, I know. Make copies, you can put what the hell you want into it.
Like this is no. What do you mean? Like,
yeah,
this was gifted in 1873. Right. It's not. There's nothing changed about it. This is the original. Like, I mean, this is a copy of his work. This is
digested by John Belton O'Neill. So we'll say African slaves, and then he qualified what African slaves he was talking about.
That's cool, but who the fuck is he?
Ancient Berbers and their descendants. See, none of y'all Pan Africans like that. See,
No, I don't care that he said that, bro. That doesn't. But that's not. Listen. But that's not what the black people say. You want me to pay attention to what this white man said?
No,
I'm going by what the black people said.
Giving us what the Jesse Jacksons say, because
no, are you serious?
The people who weren't of prominence, like family members, they would tell you, like, let's just say my grandfather. When I asked him, what are we made of, or who are we, who do we descend from? He said we are either German and Indian or French and Indian. He wasn't sure if it was German mixed in or French mixed in. And from what I'm seeing, it's French. And like my mama just said, it was German in the old house.
Let me guess. They black French, right? Let me guess.
Could be, might not be. I don't know. I gotta do something because I can show you. Go to my IG page. I can show you a picture of Acadian, who's a Huguenot, who's a Moor, and it shows you he's much darker than the fucking Indians he's painted next to. So either that Indian that he mixed with was extremely dark as hell, and then I could also, there's also people that I witnessed their genealogy when I was helping them out. And being witness to them being helped out, that they trace back from New Orleans straight back to Acadia. And these people, their lineage down in New Orleans, they're straight Nagas.
Nagas.
I use Nagas because I'm working on trying to get rid of the word nigga because I love the word nigga too goddamn much. I'm trying to get rid of it. So to me, Nagas is a better term. That's just my personal shit.
Yeah, but niggas come from Africa, bro. That's just it. I don't like.
It just means so the real Negro in South America means that's where it came from. Then.
No, because even then, when they use that, they're using it like you're saying, slave.
Nah, talk the river, Rio Negro.
That don't mean so what?
Before it became the Orinoco and the Amazon, it was called Rio.
No, it wasn't called Rio Negro until some Portuguese and Spanish got there. That's what it was called, Rio Negro.
But that's where they was getting their slaves from.
Yeah, you breaking up.
The fuck? Oh, can you hear me? Here. Hold on, let me go. Can you hear me?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying with the like what the black people said, bro.
What you say?
Black people haven't done shit. That's crazy.
Ain't got a motherfucking thing. All these historical buildings were built by nations. Black people do not have a fucking history. They haven't done shit, and this is in motherfucking Google, sir. They haven't done
you
shit.
A slick nigga.
Inventions that they call African American, those people go back to nations here in America. So again, we can't talk about black people. We need to talk about nations. We need to
hold on, Empress.
Nations here in America.
Hold on, Empress. Let's play his. Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence. Yeah. We created refrigerated trailers for a goddamn semi-truck before. So you telling me only the slaves can create that, bro?
Thomas Jennings, listen. Thomas Jennings.
Okay. Only the slaves can do this, bro?
Check this out. No, not. What do you mean?
How are we African is the point that I'm trying to make. We don't do shit nobody else in the world
You
do.
know who
So how the
Thomas
fuck are
Jefferson
we a different people? How do we descend from a people that we don't do nothing alike?
All right, let me answer this question for you. Do you know who Thomas L. Jennings is?
Tell me about him, bro.
All right, he invented the first dry cleaner. His daughter, I forget her name, but she won a lawsuit way before Rosa Parks because she was being forced to sit in the back of the train trolley or they told her to get off and shit like that. She sued New York City and won. These people, that's who they are. Thomas L. Jennings even says the same thing I'm saying. We descend from Africa, but we not African. We are American. Let me read you what he said. He says our claim, this is in 1828, in front of New York Society for Mutual Relief. So slavery's still going on. He's a free man. He lives in New York. Our claims on America, you can say she's just what y'all don't like. Our claims on America.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me not, but just I'm about to refresh again and just pull me right back up.
That gave us birth. It is the land of our nativity. We know no other country. It is the land in which our fathers have suffered and toiled. They have watered it with their tears and fanned it with sighs. Our relationship with Africa is the same as the white man is with Europe, only with the difference. The one migrated voluntarily, the other was forced from home and all its pleasures. We have passed through several generations in this country, and consequently, we have become naturalized. Our habits, our manners, our passions, our dispositions have become the same. I might as well tell the white man about England, France, or Spain, the country whence his forefathers immigrated, and call him a European, as for him to call us an African. The argument will hold as good in one case as the other. Africa is foreign to us as Europe is foreign to them. He's saying we came from there, we went through slavery, our people died here. This is in 1828. But we're not African.
So this the dude that created the first dry cleaning business, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Ever, right?
Ever, yes.
Okay, what gave him the idea to create this dry cleaning? Like, how did he get that?
Bro, that's the wild.
No, wait. No, not.
Shut up. You don't know nothing about anything.
What he should have learned instead of asking that silly question was that not all black people was enslaved. There was a strong black community that they had money because they created things and made money off their businesses and inventions. And they also played an active part in activism and getting civil rights for us. He should have learned that if it wasn't for these people, he wouldn't be able to be on the internet claiming that he's something that he isn't. Yeah, bro. We always knew who we were. That's from 1828. Thomas L. Jennings.
Mr. Jennings, who looked like a white boy. I remember him.
Look, he does not look like a white boy.
Yes, he does.
Look,
no, my bad. My bad. No, you're right. I was thinking Timothy Fortune.
So yeah, but there's a lot of mixed people who played a major part in, or what you would call, people who, in a lot of pictures, he damn near looked white.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't change that, they say his mom was a mulatto. She was enslaved. He was enslaved. And they're enslaved because of their African ancestry. And we know Timothy Thomas, he was a big activist and pushed that African shit. So, yeah.
All right, let me address somebody in your chat real quick. OJ Lucky, you said, notice how they always talk about dark skin and avoid bringing up hair texture. Hair texture is not indicative of race. You got Irish people with red hair afros. You can actually look up a woman, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she got teased and all this, that, and the third because she was a red-haired afro chick, and she had to do all this other stuff to her hair to get rid of it, and then somebody pulled up her pictures, and she got bullied once again because she had a red afro. And then you go to the Jews, and they got, we call it a Jew fro. So hair is not indicative of race, period.
Yeah, but we got to be able to admit those are not the same hair textures, though.
And then we could go down to the oceanic places. So that means all niggas come from, we get our hair from the Melanesian regions. or the oceanic regions, whatever area you want to call it, where Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, and all these other places are. Their hair texture matches ours, but their DNA says they ain't African at all, and the history says they ain't African at all.
Who, the Melanesians?
Mm-hmm.
Their DNA.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. So
the Negritos, their DNA does not say they're African. History, they're African.
Hold on. So what does their DNA say they are?
They are Asian.
So they have Asian DNA. That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
No, there's no such thing, brother.
No such thing as Asian DNA?
No, how? On the continent of Asia, you got Indian people, you got Russian people, you got Chinese people, you got these there's all type of people on the continent of Asia. How is going to be? They all don't have the same DNA.
I don't know how you look at Europe.
There is no Asian DNA, brother.
Hold on, but Europe is either a part of Asia or a part of Africa. Because right there between Europe and its own goddamn continent. It's not possible.
No, it is, bro. DNA don't care about continent. We talking about people being isolated from each other and acquiring their own.
Is that modern Homo sapiens comes from Eurasia?
Don't care about continent, brother. Are you bugging?
Because the DNA says as of September 14th, 2021, that modern Homo sapiens sapien originated in Eurasia. Do you want that link?
No, I read it, and you're not reading it. Trust me, you don't want to bounce around. You're not reading it correctly, brother.
Let's go to it.
No, I don't. We could do it, like, bro. So I'm gonna tell you what it's saying. What it's saying is that these So you want to jack that? It's sitting there saying that these Neanderthals migrated back
inside of Africa and then came into Africa. That's what it's. That modern Homo sapiens sapien, that Homo sapiens mixed with some other rare fucking breed that we don't know about, which makes us fucking ligers. And we know
what it's saying, bro. It's not no.
You can't breed, but you know that's what they're saying that we are.
We talked about this before because then I told you they have a problem because science says that the Neanderthal they come from things like the Homo erectus. Homo erectus comes from Africa.
Not like a bunch of cross.
Nah, bro. Listen. This is the science. They're saying all they're trying to say is that these Neanderthals migrated back into Africa, and
no, not Neanderthals.
Listen, bro.
Sapien.
I'm telling you,
right? Homo sapien.
They added to the Homo sapien DNA pool.
What it says?
Those people left and populated Africa.
As a matter of fact, the title of the article says is anchored in Eurasia. Anchored.
Yeah,
Homo sapien.
So what now? What is the evidence for it?
They show you some
evidence.
Pull it up. Do you want the link? I'll send it to you.
I got it.
All right, pull it up.
You know I got it. But this is what I'm saying.
Pull it up, though.
Yes, I got you, bro. I will pull up anything. I will pull up anything you want me to pull up. But hold on.
Let's pull it up.
I am.
The whole thing, if you want to. Let's just pull it up and we can go through the whole thing.
I got you. I just want you to notice one thing, brother. Check this out. Once I start talking about what the black people said themselves, you run to something else.
No.
Yes. Because this is addiction. Like I just showed you, Thomas L. Jennings. He gave a whole speech.
Why would a full-blooded Indian call himself a poor black Indian?
Why? What's wrong with that?
Why would he call himself black if he knew that he was Indian?
Who are you talking about?
Joseph Johnson.
Okay. What's his ancestry?
He is Mohegan, and I can't remember the other tribe he comes from.
And probably Negro.
No.
He comes from the Negro tribe. So he's black and Indian. He's a black Indian.
Look him up. He became part of the Brothertown Indians. He was also a disciple or a student, whatever the fuck you want to call him, of Eliezer Wheelock. That name should ring a bell to you. If it don't, then go on from there. But let's just pull up Joseph Johnson.
This is crazy, man.
Nah, it ain't crazy. Okay, look, so why am I bringing who up then? Explain to me, please. Negroes have nappy hair for the most part, but bro, stop the shenanigans. No. Again, there's other people across the world who have blonde afros, red afros, black afros who weren't considered Negro.
Yeah, but that he said hair texture. So Afro is just like a style. Yeah, we could see Jewish people with afros and shit like that, but we know.
I'm saying
that
Afro.
ain't
That's the pinnacle of the so-called hairstyle that he's talking about.
Yeah, but
anybody, please pull the fuck up. Like, yo, not a coincidence pulls up on anybody else's channel. Like, yo, if you got smoke with me, pull up because I do the same thing this nigga does. This is why me and him is able to build.
Yeah, anybody can pull up. I put in the link in the chat.
Yeah, send it
I
to you.
invite anybody as long as we can, have a civil discourse.
Shit. I don't want none of that, nigga. I'm gonna pull up and enough of that dumb shit. Cause enough of that dumb shit. We can still sit there and come down to the point of, nigga, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Fuck all that law, nigga. I'm gonna pull up to your neighborhood. Fuck all that shit. I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah, so this is what I want to show you real quick with this. This is a dictionary from 1730, right? I want to show you two things. And then we're gonna go to your Eurasia thing. I just want to finish the Negro shit. Negroes of Negri, Black, Latin, or Negritian, inhabitants of Negritia in Africa, Black Moors. So, do you know where Negritia is?
Go ahead, show me. It was probably around modern day Nigeria, right?
Absolutely. And you only know that because Nigeria comes from the word Niger.
And which is a river that flows
like that.
Which is a river that flows through the area, right?
Yeah.
And that river was named by who? The Tuaregs, which was just a name for that river, which didn't mean black. That's where they got their slaves from. Blackamoor means what? What's Blackamoor saying in that dictionary?
It means an inhabitant of Africa. So look, this map is from 1584.
Oh no, go back to that dictionary real quick. What's black? What does Blackamoor?
I just want to show Negritia in Africa.
All right.
1584.
I bet. So what does Blackamoor mean in that dictionary?
Oh, you want me to find it? Okay.
It should be in that dictionary. They use the word, so it better be in that dictionary.
What do you mean it better be?
Because
find every word.
If not, then they leaving shit out. If they're going to use a definition that they didn't define, then we got a whole nother problem.
I thought it seemed black.
Oh, you up top in Jersey or New York?
In New York.
How cold is it up there right now?
Oh, today it wasn't that bad. But it was cold, under the 30s, 20s. Like today is not that bad. We had like the teens a little while ago. So look, can you see this?
Yeah.
Moor or Black Moor.
No, actually, hold on. I still see the map.
Oh shit, my bad. See it?
All right, Moor or Blackmore, native of Mauritania in Africa. Moors, what's that word right there? Hen?
Hen, yeah.
A waterfowl. Now that's even really interesting. But yeah, the word Moor got like 40 different goddamn definitions.
I got way too many. Let me see if I can find Blackmore though.
That's something we can definitely
way too many. But no, they don't have a separate one that I see.
All right, so Moor, Blackmore means a person of Mauritania. Now, show on that map where Mauritania is at.
Well, it would be in this area. Let's see. Moor. I see MAR something.
All right, OJ Plucky. Right, it could be loud in there. You can find a little quiet spot just to get out. It takes 30 seconds to get out. What you got to say.
But I don't see what you're trying to say.
Because if Moor goes back to Mauritania, which Blackamoor, which word Negro is also synonymous with Blackamoor and Moor, then Negritia is not exactly in that same exact area. So that means there's also to other people.
But it's all right. So, but we know, like people in Mali.
Mali, that's correct me if I'm wrong. That's on the east side of Africa, right?
No, west.
All right.
That's in the west. Like
I thought I was out there by Ethiopia.
It's like right under under fucking like Mauritania and shit. So these people, and sometimes was called Moors because of the Islamic faith, even though none of these definitions.
All right, so you're familiar.
Huh?
You're familiar with Adahu the Moor, right?
Yeah, I think I told you about him.
No, I learned him from MBK and them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Adahu the Moor, who was he traded his life for, what was it? I want to say 25. What he said, Blackamoors, who were supposed to be enslaved, which brings us back to the Bible.
Yeah, they're reasoning for enslaving these people because they was heathens. Which doesn't bring us back. This was their ideology.
Yeah, I mean, it brings us back to the Bible because we're getting away from a lot of stuff that doesn't have to pertain to the Bible, but it brings us back to the Bible.
That was the reason. What he used to bargain for his freedom was the fact that he was a Moor and they was both under the Abrahamic faith.
But he gave up Blackamoors.
Huh?
But he gave up Blackamoors.
No, he gave up black people who aren't Moors.
No, he gave up Blackamoors.
No, he gave up black people who aren't Moors, bro.
Well, I'm gonna let you and Rob Bourne debate that part.
Oh, we don't even got to debate. There's nothing to debate.
I'm telling you where I got it from, and that's what put me on to some shit. So then it means you're familiar with Blue Man, right? Like Blue Man Group, which is blackface and blue.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
Blue Man is also synonymous with Negro and Blackamoor.
Yeah, at a certain time.
So we got as a what's the word I'm looking for? The God damn it, I can't even think of it right now.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Of definition.
So what?
We're looking at the evolution of words. So it went from bloomin' in English to blackamoor to Negro. So are they all the same people?
Wait, you lost me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, because
I'm trying to look for something.
Because bloomin', blackamoor, Moor, and Negro are all synonymous.
All right, so here it is, right here. No, so yeah, they are in a sense, but like when you said Dahu, right? So it says, "For as the Moor told him, the least they would." Hold on, let me zoom in. So this book is called the Chronicle of the Discovery and Conquest of Guinea by Enos Gomez Zuara. This book was written.
He was that racist.
In the late 1470s.
I remember him. That little racism. I bet.
Yeah. So this was Prince Henry the Navigator's chronicler. Chronicler was the people who wrote down the history as it was going down. So, for as the Moor told him, the least they would give for them would be 10 Moors, and it was better to save 10 souls than 3. For though they were black, yet had they yet had they souls like the others, and all the more as these blacks were not of the lineage of the Moors, but were Gentiles, and so the better to bring into the path of salvation. So they want to convert. Listen, they want to convert them because they're Gentiles, they're heathens, they're not part of the faith. Moors, Jews, Christians, they all fall under the Abrahamic faith.
Yeah.
And
Let's
that's
look up.
all they were saying.
All right, what's that little symbol mean? They should have a little.
That means Adahu. That means Adahu.
No, it means Mohammedans proper. So they were Mohammedans, but they weren't proper.
You got that one, yeah. What is that? So look, I was talking about this one.
All right.
But because they say more here, they don't use the same thing here, but they're talking about Adahu. That's why they put this started. But yeah, this is Mohammedans proper. What's the problem?
Well, that means black Muslims or black Mohammedans.
Yeah, this is Islam. They're talking about Islam. That's why they're saying Gentiles and better to bring them to the path of salvation.
And anybody who was a Gentile to them wasn't Jewish or Christian, right?
Or more.
No, because they're telling you they were Mohammedans, and at the same time, during that time frame, they was beefing with the Mohammedans.
Look, that's cool, but they're not saying that the Moors are Gentiles.
No,
they're saying they're not of the lineage of the Moors, but were Gentiles.
They weren't Mohammedans, but so in other words, they were like pagans and Saracens or whatever the fuck.
Heathens, Gentiles. Those are all people who don't
believe in
the Bible and shit like that.
Yeah, they weren't part of the Abrahamic faith, but they still look like these motherfuckers.
Yeah, because you see people that look like you who are Islamic, who are Christian. You know what I'm saying? You can believe you can have any faith and look like your mother. That doesn't. Your mother can have two different faiths. Your mom, you could be Christian, and your mom can be
Sufi,
right? And that don't mean shit.
That would just mean they consider me a Gentile and they consider my mother part of the Abraham.
Say that again. I didn't hear what you said, bro.
They would consider me a Gentile and would be part of the Abrahamic faith. So there was a difference because I'm still part of the Abrahamic faiths. But we looked alike.
Yeah, what's the problem? They're both in West Africa. Oh, they went and got these people in West Africa, bro.
The definition that we've seen before that, Moors are from Mauritania. Black Moors are from Mauritania.
Yeah, but you also seen how they said they was from Negritia also.
But where is Mauritania?
Bro, they're both, look. They're both in the same area, bro.
But
on the coast. On the coast of West Africa.
Which brings us back to the ancient Berbers and their descendants, which then takes us back to when these people came up in here, we have also another dispersal of people who got away from the shit that was popping off.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, bro. They're not coming from Mauritania. They're not, bro. And I'm going to show you why. You're saying that. They're not coming from Mauritania, bro.
They must be, by definition.
No, they're not. No, not definitely. We know where they came from, bro. I'm gonna show you. We know where they came from because they say it. They tell you who these people are.
Yeah, it says Mauritania.
No, bro. All right, so this is what I'm saying.
Mauritania.
No. You're going by what this white man said instead of going by what you can actually find.
We're going by the same damn.
No. I'm gonna show you what we can find, bro. And what you're doing is not it's just not right. No, because you're just going by what O'Neill said. And it's not true. It's not true.
O'Neill, what you said, the ancient Berbers and their descendants.
No.
So
what did it say for Negro though?
More is from Mauritania.
What did it say for Negro?
So then that means these people from Mauritania fled from where they're going to.
No.
And then going down the so-called Niger River.
So look, can you see this? These niggas are not from Mauritania, no matter how much you want to make them there. So there's nothing you could do. We got people from the Mandingo country.
I'm from the Mandingo country.
All right. Look something up real
We got
quick.
Coromontes. Like you got people from the Congo. You don't see Mauritania, bro. It's not. You just freestyle right
No.
now.
What's Coromonte mean?
What do you mean? It was a fort.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're on the same page as your brothers.
It was a fort, and so what? They brought these people over here and they named it what they want, but it's still a place in West Africa.
I just want to make sure
And
you say
they call them Coromonte. I think it's actually in Ghana.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? But they tore that shit the fuck up. To the point where they didn't want Coromontes to even come to America.
All right, let me see here.
Like we were actually in America fucking shit up, bro. But this is another thing, like I was trying to keep saying, like we know the records are there. I don't know why y'all act like the records is not there. Like we know where they came from. Like right here, what does it say? It says
Dingoes have no relation to the Berbers, right?
What do you mean no relation?
There's
Was they bringing? So listen. They wasn't bringing no. What do you mean no relation? Good.
So you're saying that Mendigos and Berbers have no relations?
No.
That they're not connected?
Nope. Not that I've seen.
Okay, hold on.
You got something to show me?
All right, hold on.
Now, is this just gonna be another white man's opinion, or is this gonna come with
Nigga, all this shit is
substance?
what you talking about? Don't play
No, because this is not opinions, bro. This is not an opinion.
Don't play the white man game, bro. Because
no. I got to, because you're just throwing anything out there. Belton O'Neill, who is he? Like he's not a primary source, bro.
Again, it comes back to all white man shit, regardless if
it's not
Neil or fucking Herbie Schwarzenegger from fucking 1999. It doesn't matter. It's all coming from the white man. Period.
No, it's not. I just showed you Thomas Jennings, bro.
Bro, all the history that we're getting, even Thomas Jennings learned from the white man.
He didn't learn. No, yo, bro, listen. He lived it. He's at the time when this shit is actually happening.
Okay, let's go back to Thomas.
Peter Williams Jr. He doesn't have to learn this. These people are living through it.
Let's go back to their teachers.
Their teachers, they teach themselves.
How did they teach them? What did they learn from?
What do you mean? What they learn from?
It wasn't all personal, right? So who did they learn it from?
Learn what from?
They had
who they learn what from?
Write in English, right? They wrote in English, right?
Okay, what's your point?
So then that means they learn how to write in English from a white man.
Yeah, but that's not teaching them that they're African, bro.
Oh, certainly.
See, look,
No.
You see, look, you're trying to make these huge leaps because they might have taught them how to write in English. That means that they taught them that they're African. No, they're living through it. They say my grandmother and shit like that.
Nah, I'm a nigga. Because what you got is you're going off of people that became of prominence.
No, I'm not.
So these people you're bringing up aren't of prominence? They're not prominent? No?
No, not everybody. Hell no.
So, all right. So even Phyllis Wheatley's not a prominence now, right?
We don't need Phyllis Wheatley, bro.
I'm just saying she's not a prominence though, right? She's not.
So listen, she wasn't always famous, bro, and she still wrote this shit.
She wasn't always famous, but she became famous by who? She was taught by who?
She wasn't taught by anybody. She sit there and talked about how she was brought there on the ship.
She was taught by who how to write in English. She was taught by who how to write this way.
Somebody teaching you to write English is not teaching you that you're from somewhere else. Like this is not even a valid argument.
Oh, sure it is. Because again, if your teacher is teaching you something,
you just talking about teaching them how to write English, my nigga. Come on, bro.
That's just a sample. Because
how did they teach them that they're African? They know they're living it at the time.
If I'm teaching you how to write a certain way, I can tell you what this word means, and you don't know what the fuck it means. So I can sit here and tell you, spell
Bro,
Negro this
means, my nigga. Like, listen, can you see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we taught ourselves. This paper's from 1804, July 25th, 1804.
You taught yourself this shit. You had to learn it from somebody.
Bro.
If
You're
you
talking about writing. You're talking about, listen.
The way somebody else was writing and the way somebody else was thinking. You had to learn.
Let me, bro, you're bugging, bro.
The same way you and I are speaking English, we had to learn this shit from somebody, right? Our parents teach us this shit, because if not, you would still have African tongue.
We knew we was, bro.
Tongue. You would be speaking a African language.
Bro, did you pay attention? Did you pay attention what Thomas L. Jennings says? He says, listen, it's not about we're Americanized, bro. We're in America. We have to learn American culture. Like, look at this. Look at this. Hold on.
Go ahead.
For real. This is another school. Like I keep saying, we taught ourselves. Look, Howard Orphan Asylum Entertainment by the Children, right? This is in 1878 in Brooklyn. It says the little inmates of the Howard Colored Orphan Asylum gave an exhibition of their singing yesterday afternoon in the African ME Church on Bridge Street near Myrtle Ave. That's in Brooklyn, Flatbush. The attendance was good. The orphans occupied reserved seats near the pulpit. They opened the exercise with a song entitled Marching On. The Reverend John F. Thomas, pastor of the church, offered prayer. Another song was sung by the school, and Mr. Thomas was made some interesting remarks. I can read in the faces of these children, said, I can't read that, a degree of intelligence that recollects honor on the institution they represent. It is the pride of every civilized country in the world to do something for its poor and forsaken. Besides our religious teaching and our benevolence, there is a love of nationality existing within the breast of every human being. There was a story told of a boy who said he did not know what nationality he was, but he said his mother was Irish and his father was Irish. So he must have been Irish too. So with us, if our mothers were Africans and our fathers were Africans, we must be Africans. But we are American Africans. The American nation is composed of a variety of nationalities, and I suppose that is the reason it is so strong. We feel proud to be identified with the American people, the people of the United States of America, the noblest type of humanity now existing on the globe. There has been a good deal said recently about. And then that's the article I want to show, but this is another one, bro. Fuck that. But my point is, as you can see, bro, so we got Thomas L. Jennings, we got the Howard Colored Orphan Asylum that was in New York City. The original one was in Manhattan, and it was burned down in the New York City draft riots for the Civil War.
So who was that asylum named after? He said Howard Orphan Asylum?
Yeah.
So what was the original purpose of the asylum?
It's a whole orphanage. That's it. People whose parents are not alive.
So it wasn't for no specific people?
Yeah, it was the colored people, the black people. But what does it have to do? Listen. Did you don't skip the part where he says, if our mothers were African and our fathers were African, we're African.
That's cool.
Let's not dance around that, bro.
Cool. That's cool. So you said he went to Howard Orphanage School, and then later on in life, as he became more learned, this is what he decided to write.
No, that's not what he decided, bro. Did you hear anything? So they're doing it was a school play, bro. It's a school play, and
I can show you the goddamn
pastor
that shows you. They portrayed. Who the fuck was it? These so-called people that we think are white, they had black people playing these characters, so that means they was black.
Bro, they are black. I'm telling you they're black. Bro, this is a black community, my nigga.
Oh, no, Aaron Burr wasn't black, was he?
We're not talking about Aaron Burr, brother.
No, I'm giving you the same people around the same time frame that we are now using black people to portray these people.
Bro, so he was on Myrtle Ave in Brooklyn.
The little
in 1804? No.
white people
You're
are
saying he was in the same place. Was he in Flatbush, Myrtle Ave, in Brooklyn in 1804?
Hear me out. Because we got white people that are pissed off about the Little Mermaid about to be played black and Spider-Man about to be played black
That's
too.
conjecture, my nigga.
They all pissed off about that. So
it's just more conjecture, bro.
Nobody made a goddamn mistake about these so-called white people that was portrayed on Broadway as black. So that means Aaron Burr must have been black because nobody made a mistake about it. So he must have been black. And just like the nigga he fought against, must have gunfight against, he must have been black too. Because that whole play was portraying niggas. Excuse me.
So what, bro? So it's white people in blackface. So,
but again, we got people that were brought up a certain way, taught a certain.
No, they're not, bro. They literally said if our mothers and fathers are African, bro.
And I told them their mothers and fathers were African.
Their mothers and fathers, bro. What are you talking about? Like, are you serious?
No, you didn't read that his mother and father said that he was African.
He just said
No. He said if our mother.
No, but you're taking out of context what the previous sentence was. Listen, you're taking it out of context, bro. It's not a question of if. Look.
Harvey stole his whole shit. Africa is for Africans. He stole it from Irish is for Ireland. Ireland is for the Irish. Garvey stole that shit.
This has nothing to do with Garvey, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm giving you an example.
You're giving a horrible example because that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It's showing you a consistent history of people being taught certain thing, and then they took it over.
They're not taught anything, bro. They're not being taught this. They know this.
They had to be taught.
No, they wasn't. They're living at a time when the shit is literally happening, bro.
All right, you can tell me that you can sit here and look at the fuck out Egyptian hieroglyphs where nobody fucking telling you a goddamn thing and read what the fuck that shit says?
Bro, that's not what we're doing here. We're reading stuff that we can actually read from these people's mouths.
The thing is that these niggas they taught themselves how to understand English writing, understand English thinking, understand English teaching.
Bro, are you listening?
Shit. That's what you're saying.
That has nothing to do with them knowing.
That's what
you're talking to their family and them saying where they are from.
He didn't say their family said this. He said if.
Oh my God, bro! It's not. You're taking the other sentence out of context. It's not. So he's saying no. Listen. For real. He's saying no. That's not the question. It's not a question of if they are. They know they are, bro.
No, he said if. You read it.
Why did he say if, bro? No, come on, my nigga. Listen.
If, bro. If it's two letters, big word.
So he's sitting there saying in context of the Irish boy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying, so then that's the same case with us.
Again, like Garvey said,
this has nothing to do with Garvey. I don't even think Garvey was born at this time.
You're going off the topic because I'm sticking to the subject of these people were taught this shit. They picked it up from other people. They picked this shit up from other people.
Bro.
So, like Garvey said, if Africans are for Africa, just like he stole from the Irish, Ireland is for the Irish.
How old was Garvey in 1878?
I don't give a fuck how old he was. The point is that he took the same idea from the same people that you're saying that were.
Bro, this ain't no idea, bro. This is people saying who they are. Are you serious?
It's not.
Yes, it is.
He's saying if we are this, and then we must be that.
Oh, he's saying since the Irishman's mother and father are both Irish and ours are both African, then we're American Africans. That's what he's saying, bro. That's it. He's saying so the question is nationality. It is what is our nationality? So he simply says we're Africans in America, bro.
Nationality Biden.
His nationality is American.
Again, no. He's trying to claim a nationality, which he was building off of what Edward Wilmot Blyden started.
No.
Which from John Knox.
Bro, how old? Where was Blyden at in 1804? Where was Blyden at in 1804?
Probably dead. I don't remember.
He wasn't even around.
Exactly. He died.
In 1804, he wasn't even around. He wasn't even born yet.
Edward Wilmot Blyden, he was 1793. That nigga was in fucking Africa.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing you're doing right now.
Might be confused on the date.
Edward Wilmot Blyden died in 1912 and born in 1832. Okay, bet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1804, he wasn't around. See, you try to confuse me, man. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So 1804, he's not around to tell anybody that, oh, you should be African and all that, even though there's nothing wrong with that because he knows what the fuck he's talking about. But 1804, when the African Free School, we the undersigned free Africans of the city of Philadelphia consider the situation of our children and of money of the people of color being destitute of that education or information indispensable necessary to their being useful members of society, considering that the school organized for the benefit of the people have their full complement of scholars and can receive no more. Therefore, we have unanimously agreed to establish a free school for people of color in general, but more particularly for such as may be unable to pay for their own education. But we may be able to carry our intentions into execution. It is necessary that we receive the aid of the humane and friendly part of the community. We therefore humbly solicit the patronage and assistance of those who are disposed to encourage the of useful known leg among our race. So this is black people organizing together to get a school, not what you trying to say.
No, that's from Thomas Jennings, right?
No, this is not from Thomas Jennings. This is in Philadelphia.
No, who's that from?
It's from Richard Allen, Robert Greene, William Brown, Joseph Albert, Charles Boston, James Thompson, John Brown, Reuben Moore, James Green.
Now, I want to know, actually, fuck that nigga. You want to go that route, and we can pull up the fucking Boston plane.
Yeah, we can pull up the Boston plane.
Go ahead, pull it up.
So this is, you want to run from something else?
No, nigga, ain't.
It's going to tell you the same thing, that it's going to be black people saying they from Africa.
Type of niggas that's saying the same type of shit. Ain't no running. It's giving you different other motherfuckers that are saying the same type of bullshit.
No, it's not. Well, obviously, if they all saying the same thing, there got to be something to it.
No, they was all taught by the same people.
No, they're not, bro. These people are all in different places, bro.
All right, so who taught Richard Allen? Quaker.
His family.
His family.
They taught him religion. They taught him religion. That's it.
Oh, okay. And the religion says that the so-called Ethiopian, or actually now it says the Africa will reach his hands out again. So
it's just conjecture.
Where did Richard Allen get his surname from? Where did Allen come from? Because it didn't come from either one of slave masters. It didn't come from either person that they say he was a slave by.
That's fine. So what? You can. Where did it come by then?
Fine, but this nigga got his last name. What they're going to say? He got his name from his slave master.
My back. See when I just
Hold on. Sorry. What is your claim right now?
Yo, all subject real quick. Peace to your wife because she's hearing me being ignorant and niggerish. So peace.
I got my headphones on. She thought he was ready.
Oh, I bet. I was just gonna say peace and love. Just make sure she doesn't. These fucking coyotes is wild out here right now. You hear that?
Yeah, you be in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, usually I hear the pig squealing right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember last time I was talking to you, I heard this shit over there.
I'll tell you what, niggas ain't been pigs, but yeah.
The Boston plane?
Yeah, the Boston plane. Don't pull up the one bullshit. Make sure you get to the regular bullshit because they try to hide something.
Well, ain't nothing to be hard. It says black African. They're black people. What's the point?
Hold on.
I know where you go with it.
Where am I going?
This part, African blacks.
No, hold on. Let's read from the very beginning. Go ahead, read that.
Hold on.
To the Honorable and General Court
of the Commonwealth of the Massachusetts Bay, petition of the sub something, a number of African blacks humbly sheweth that we for our ancestors have been taken from all our dear connections and brought from Africa and put into the state of slavery in this country.
Okay, now let's go to the people who signed it. It says a number of. It doesn't specify, and these people that you're going to look.
That means a group of people all agreed. What's the problem?
A number
this
of.
This is just conjecture, bro. All you're showing me is black people saying they came from Africa.
Problem is,
in the slave. The same thing I've been doing.
No, y'all try to use that as trying to say that, oh, all these black people agreed to this. That's what y'all try to do. It gives you a number.
I'm not trying to do that. They did that.
No, let's go to this is what Pan-Africans do. That's why I told you to pull it up, because of Rob Bourne and them. They skip past the part that you read. I'm glad you pulled that shit up. They always skip past that part because they go to the NPR or whatever the fuck page it came from. And they skip past that part because that's what the page does. They nullify that part. They ignore that whole part and skip down to the next part where it goes into the African shit.
Yeah, it says by number of blacks sent there for purpose.
Now we ain't gotta read the whole thing. Let's go to who signed it and who these people are.
Nah, this one don't have who signed it. I don't think
it should.
No, I don't know why.
Nah, actually, yeah. Hold on, keep it right there, right? Go back to.
Nah, this is it right here.
All right, there you go. You see how that shit starts right there? We, our ancestors, have been taken from our dear connection, blah 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 blah, and brought from Africa, and put. You know, the part that you pull up, the original part that you actually just showed, the primary part. They don't show that shit. So it tells you that there's only a certain number of niggas that they're talking about. But what is
talking about the ones in that area?
But the conjecture is put forth that all these people. That's the conjecture that is put forth.
It is all. All of them are saying it.
It can't be.
I just showed you. You showed me a group in Boston. You showed me a group of blacks in Boston. I just showed you a group of black people in Brooklyn.
It can't be.
What's the problem? And then I showed you a group of black people in Philadelphia.
Them. Like, I fucks with Rob Bourne, I fucks with Sneb and True Story and whatever, just because, again, like, they help a nigga keep himself on his toes when it comes to the information. But outside of that, they try to use the part that we're looking at right now and saying that is, all these African niggas in Boston said this. No, they didn't. Conjecture. Because when you look at the actual primary, it doesn't say that. It says a number of us, and then it should show you the rest of the people that actually signed that document. Yo, why ain't nobody else come up on this fucking shit? God damn.
Yeah, they don't really want to deal with it.
Nah, it shouldn't be.
They know I'm here.
We got a one-on-one, like you, me, like I'm not even talking about like so-called Aborigines, Indians, or whoever the fuck. I'm talking about even Pan-Africans. Where the fuck they at? Should be pulling up. I send it to them too. Like King Kaz, where you at? OHF, where you at? Like all you
I send it to them. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. So this is what I'm saying. This newspaper is
fuck what you niggas is, because you just as hard headed as my ass is.
I'm really not hard headed. That's the problem.
Oh, you definitely is.
I go with what we can tangibly look at. Like this hard-rate murder. The last Jamaican papers relate that in the parish of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, Miss Jennings, who was settling a coffee plantation with his housekeeper and 5 children, had been murdered by 6 Coromantee Negroes. Negro men who had been purchased by Mr. J about 6 months previous. One of the wretches was discovered in the woods by a party of Negroes sent in pursuit. They shot him dead on the spot. His head was afterwards cut off and stuck on a pole.
That's like Blackhead, Virginia, down in Sussex County, Virginia, where I used to live at.
This is the
Place called Blackhead Road, where they stuck niggas' heads on stake.
But this is what I'm saying. Why? Why would they have to insert this into, like, make some fake shit? I don't get it.
I'll say it again.
Like, why would they have to insert this? This newspaper is from Thursday, April 7, 1808. If it didn't happen, why are they reporting that?
If what didn't happen?
These 6 Coromantee Negroes killing these plantation owners.
Well, you know, the same reason why they won't tell you that the Indians that did this shit that were labeled Negroes that did it.
What do you mean same reason? They're saying this is 6 Africans who was bought by Mr. J about 6 months ago. They end up tearing this shit the fuck up. But, like, you can't get around shit like this, bro. Like, these things is actually happening. That's the whole thing. You still there? Like this is another thing. There's nothing but the evidence out there saying.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Like, all the black people say that they descend from Africa. All of them, bro.
Alright, so the British named it Coromantee, blah blah blah. That's not what I'm looking for. Actually, what I'm looking for is the Brazilian Indians who were brought there by the Dutch, who built that fort. And ironically, there's the Kurukurumani tribe. Now, that's a reach. I'll give you that. That's a reach.
So, yo, that's definitely a reach.
Nah, Kurukurumani, Kurumantee. It's not a reach, but it ain't a stretch.
So you're just gonna hold on to the shit forever, huh?
No.
Like, no matter what evidence is presented, it doesn't matter. That's basically what it is. He must have chipped out again. All right, this is a oration on the abolition of the slave trade delivered in the African Church in the city of New York, January 1st, 1808, by Peter Williams Jr., a descendant of Africa. Like, that's all the black people said they was from. I don't get it. I really don't get it. They're talking about how they're celebrating basically the end of the slave trade. What's this say? To different societies for the abolition of slavery, this oration is humbly inscribed as a tribute of sincere gratitude for their seditious, energetic, and benevolent exertions in the cause of injured humanity. So that was like this, the introduction, but this is Peter Williams Jr. right here. Let's go to the second paragraph. It says, but to us, Africans and descendants of Africans, who is, he said us, just like in the Boston plan, they said we, and shit like that. You just can't get around this shit, man. No Abo can get around it. Nobody who's trying to deny the slave trade can get around it. This is all what the people say.
Which one?
I hear you now. What you said?
All right. So again, a number of so-called black African slaves. So once we reach that black African, they're distinguishing what type of African.
Yeah, they're telling you the black one. What's the problem?
And then when you come to the
not the white one.
And then when we come to the American Emancipation, it doesn't specify any race, any people. It tells you people held in bondage, people in slavery.
Yeah, but but when you go to the Dred Scott case, it tells you that these people are African, they're black, they're Negro, and you know they came from Africa, and that's why they're enslaved. They tell you what they're talking about.
Don't do that.
All through the court.
What does Dred Scott say? It says black of African descent. So it's telling you it's specific. They're being specific.
Because there's dark skinned Arabs. There's Arabs who
synonymous with black. It just means African. They said in Dred Scott, black of African descent or Negro of African descent.
Listen, African only means
it says
native or a descendant of people from that place.
No,
the whole place.
Go ahead.
Hold on. See, African and black is not synonymous. I don't know why you're trying to make it.
Because that's what most Pan Africans do. I'm not saying
look. So what most people do doesn't. If it's not the truth, it doesn't matter. The truth is there's white people who are from Africa. There's Arabs who's from Africa. That's just the truth, and it's been like that for 1,000 years at least. But it's been, unless we can go 2,000 years. We know, well, more than two. The Greeks was there in the BC time in Africa. Romans took over parts of Africa. They didn't leave, and you got these same motherfuckers going down to South Africa. They didn't leave. Same time Arabs come in before that, and they never left. So there's different type of what you would call Africans when you get up to the 1700s. It's common sense, brother.
But the thing is, the definition of black means people of any of the
black races from Africa. So that's telling you there's different races, bro.
No, it says African means what? Any of the black races, right?
Yes, that means there's different races.
Any of the
I've been telling you.
Okay, so but at the same time, African itself means any of the black African.
No, it doesn't. African just means somebody who's from the continent, bro.
No, by definition.
Yeah. No, by definition, you're wrong. You're wrong.
All right, pull up the SF 181 form.
No, what? No. Well, no. Are we talking about definitions?
Yes. Use the current time. What it says.
No. So you would know.
And the black.
Bro, you talking? You want You want to go to a census form, bro.
No, that's not census. That's federal fucking documents. If you work for the fucking FBI, that's what you claim.
Yeah, it's what you claim yourself. Look, that has nothing to do with.
It goes all the way back to at least 1864. From then till now,
bro. That has
1864
is not setting the definition for the word. African simply means a native or inhabitant of Africa, bro. That's what it. Yes, that's the original intent. There's other people who live there. That's why they say black, bro. That's just it.
And then y'all will say that colored and means you got to be of African descent when that's not the case.
That's what the literal definition says.
Ever since 1863 or 1864, I can't remember exactly which year, but one of the two.
It literally,
because I can show you can pull up Sunseri versus Cassignari or some shit like that, which will tell you at the same time anybody who was considered colored could have been of both Indian lineage. And at the same time, I can pull you back to 1854 in California with the Supreme Court.
That's what I'm saying, but we was talking about Negroes. You want to jump to the word colored.
Oh, yeah, but jump back to the Dred Scott case. This is a Negro.
Hold on. So yes,
Then if it says Negro of African descent, that means that there are Negroes who are not of African descent, and at the same time, it's telling you that Negro doesn't mean all Africans, like we are to believe now.
Oh, it does. All you're doing is adding conjecture.
No,
That's it.
I'm giving you
Yes, you are.
it says.
No, you're not, bro. You're just trying to confuse what the topic is. That's it.
It's basic deduction. If it's saying that Negro of African descent, then that obviously must mean that there are Negroes who aren't of African descent. Plain and simple. There's no way around it. Because if it was saying Negro of African descent, they wouldn't have worded it like that, because that wouldn't mean that there were Negroes of any other descent. There's no way around it. Because Negro of African descent means a Negro who is of African descent, which means that there are Negroes who aren't of African descent. No way around it.
That's the thing. That don't listen, bro. You can't turn Negroes not black. I don't care what you try to do. You can't do it.
So if I said Negro of American descent, you would say that there's still African descent. If I said Negro of Asian, if I said Negro of Asian descent, what would you say?
What do you mean, Negro of Asian descent? See, you're trying to play with these words.
No.
You could say whatever. Give me an example.
No, I'm giving you common sense, basic deduction.
No.
Basic deduction.
No, I need live. No. Hold on, let me say something.
Pull up Dred Scott.
Man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. But again, if it's saying Negro of a certain descent, it's telling you that there are Negroes of other descent.
No, it's telling you that Negroes have been have been moved around. Niggas are different places.
People of African descent, and when you even use the word Negro.
No.
Because if Negro means, and there's no reason to use the word African, or no reason to use the word Negro. Because if you're a Negro of African descent, that means African of African descent. Then the Negritos, which means little niggas, because they look like Africans, they would be considered Negroes of African descent. And genealogically and DNA wise, they're not African. So that means that the Negritos are of Melanesian descent.
No.
Or Papua descent. They're a different type of Negroes. They're telling you they're a different type of Negroes, which brings us back to 1550. Negros de Guinea and Negros de Terra. You got Negros de Guine and Negros de Terra. You got two different Negroes.
No.
The Negro de Terra is not African. You've already admitted.
Hold on, bro, because you're using that out of context. That's what I'm telling you, man. Nigga.
All right, so
what you won't do is source that. Because when you do source it, they're gonna tell you that they're not calling them Negro because they're black. They're not doing that.
So what are they calling them then? Why are they calling them Negroes?
They calling them that because they was calling them slaves.
Oh,
that doesn't change. But
no,
check it out. Check it out, bro. In 1755, listen.
Yeah.
Before you think you got me, you need to listen. Listen. Tell me when you're done, so I can start laughing, because I'm about to shit on your whole shit, bro.
Hey, start laughing.
Now, what they specifically say this is 1755. Go get your source. They specifically say don't call them Negroes, because you're gonna make them think that they're slaves, and they're not slaves from Africa. They specifically say they're not from Africa, which would make you even more know that Negro means African. So I can source it. Do you want to go get yours?
55, right? So go to Brown University. What they're that nigga getting close. All right, but it's nigga come up here, I'm gonna fuck you up. But yeah, in 1755, you're saying that Negro was distinguished, meaning African only. I'm talking.
I'm saying your source. No. Listen. This is what I'm saying. Your source is going to say, if you even have one for this, that they're calling them Negroes. Well, they wanted to stop calling them Negroes, and they told them to stop calling Negroes because it's going to make them think that they're just inherently slaves, and they're not, because they're not black from Africa. They're not from Africa. So, what's your source? Can you say your source for that?
I told you, University.
What is it?
Brown University.
Just Brown University? I want to find it and pull it up.
Oh, I'm looking for it too. Nigga, you sound hella fucking close. I don't like that. Keep on barking on break your fucking jaw. Come up here. Uh-huh. I hear you. Alright, where the fuck that shit go?
You found it? I want to see this. Let's see how much out of context he's taking.
Nigga, you barking a little too fucking close for me. I'll fuck you and your whole family up. Come over here. I'm telling you that now. Yeah. I don't know if you be seeing them koi wolves and shit running around your area, because they came from up top.
I ain't noticing none of them shit.
You hear that bitch barking in the background?
Yeah.
I can't see him. That's the problem.
So I hope you got a gun or something out there.
Yeah, I got the shotty, but I ain't trying to let that shit off. But yeah, and if I ain't shooting at what I can't see. Wait till you see the whites of their eyes.
That's a fact. So you found what you was looking for?
Hold on, I'm gonna send it over to you right now. This is actually, I'm not even sure because this is an abstract. This ain't exactly what I was looking for though, because it came from Brown University originally, but this one's from Cambridge. There we go. Just dropped it in the back. Shit. Cool. All right. Blacks of the Land, Indian Slavery, Settler Society, and the Portuguese Colonial Enterprise in South America by John. Yeah, this ain't the one that I wanted, but let's see. Let's see what it says.
Is this about Negro de Terra?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it is.
Monteiro's Negro de Terra is a classic ethno-history that launched significant research on indigenous peoples of Brazil. Oh, this motherfucker's only getting closer. I hear where you at, motherfucker. But all right. This translation introduces English-speaking readers to a complex history of colonial Sao Paulo, the challenges and older historiography that celebrated. What's that word? Bandeirantes. It's actually the mix of fucking Indians and Spanish or Portuguese. In the exploration of the interior and discovery of gold, Monteiro reveals how they invaded indigenous lands and took war captives, describing them as negros de terra, that is, blacks of the land. In the colonial period, the usage of negro often signified slave, the slaves of the land, instead of blacks of the land. So black just means fucking.
Hold on. No.
Enslaved Africans.
You fucked up, brother.
Where'd I fuck up? Oh, just read.
Look.
Let me get back to you.
I think you got a little reading comprehension problem. It says Negro de Terra.
Oh, I don't see it on your screen. I see dread. All right.
Okay. So I think what you're missing is that they say Negro de Terra, blacks of the land. So it's just a regular translation. But then it goes in the colonial period, the usage of Negro often signified slave. Hold on. Just as slave of the land. Now listen, they're not calling these Indians black, they're calling them slaves. They're saying as opposed, hold on, as opposed to the enslaved Africans who are Negroes. You're missing this point, brother.
What they're saying is that Negro meant slave.
No, they're not. Hold on. No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They told you that.
Bro, listen.
Blacks of the land, aka.
They're not saying, listen. They're not saying that's all it means, bro. You're bugging. You're trying to make it seem like that's all it means. No,
because
listen.
What it means is African. They're telling you right now that Negro means slave, just like I've been saying.
But it also means African, bro.
Again, slave Africans, Negro de Guinea.
Exactly, and that's why they stopped wanting to call them that in 1755.
Oh, 20 years later.
No, because listen, right here, among the regrettable, this is from Jack D. Forbes, under the regrettable practice which have resulted in the disparagement of the Indians. One prime abuse is unjustifiable. Scandalous practice of calling them Negroes. Perhaps by doing so, the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that by their origins they have been destined to be. Hold on, I didn't let you read. That been destined to be the slaves of whites, as in general conceded to be the case of blacks from the coast of Africa. So you see, they say in general. So
generally speaking, we're supposed
usually it means that. Generally, directives will not permit henceforth that anybody may refer to an Indian as Negro, nor that they themselves may use that epithet among themselves. So you're missing the point. Yes.
So hold on, let's break it down. So we got Negro being used as the word synonymous with black and slave. And then later on, they decided to say, no, don't say that to them because we don't want them thinking that they're from Africa.
No, they don't want them to think that they're born to be a slave.
No, and that they don't want them
to induce. Listen to the no.
Black means Negro, Negro means slave.
No, bro, that's not. It has nothing to do with them being African. No, it says perhaps by so doing, the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that by their origins they had been destined to be slaves of whites.
That they were Africans. Okay.
No, destined to be slaves as whites. Be slaves of whites, bro.
That origins that they had been destined to be slaves of whites, as in generally conceded to be the case of blacks from the coast of Africa. So the blacks of the coast of Africa were generally induced to be believed that they were supposed to be slaves of whites. They didn't want this to be on Indians, so that's why they said stop using it, calling Indians Negroes. Because
it has their destiny is to be nothing but a slave. That's what they want. That's what it was. It wasn't about them making them think from Africa. No, it doesn't mean that they was making them think they was Africa. It was making them think that they was going to be a slave.
You wouldn't have Negro de Terra and Negro de Guinea if Negro didn't mean slave. Black means slave. Negro means slave. They didn't want Indians thinking that they were, origins came from Africa. They wanted them to still know that they were still Indians, but you're still a slave, but we don't want to call you an Indian slave.
We don't want you calling yourself a Negro because you're going to confuse us. If you call yourself a Negro, then that means that you're going to be believing that you came from Africa.
No.
Yes.
That's not what it said.
That's what it says, bro. Stop it. You just
it says that it says the belief that by their origins they have been destined to be slaves of whites. In general, conceded to be the case of blacks from the coast. They're saying there's two different people, bro. There's two different people.
Start from perhaps, which is a guess word. By doing so, the intent was no other than to induce, in other words, to make them believe in them, to induce in them the belief that by their origins they had been destined to be slaves. So they didn't want them thinking that they were supposed to be slaves to whites as they did to the Africans. So in other words, it still means slave.
Bro, they mean two different things.
No way around
it. You keep jumping around. Hold on. Just 2 seconds ago, you was trying to get me. You was trying to say that they was trying to get them to make them believe that they was just African. Now you're agreeing with what I'm saying. You don't know it.
John,
yes,
no,
you just said
because I said that.
Said what I said. You just said what I said. You just did. You don't even know it.
I said Negro means slave, and this right here is backing what I'm saying. You're agreeing.
It means African. It also means African.
Again, it means slave African. When they say Negro,
no, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. I just showed you in a dictionary what it just means: a person from that place, Negrita. So I don't know why you're doing this.
Negrita comes from the word which means where they got the slaves from on the river, just like the Rio Negro, where they brought all these slaves from the Orinoco and down to South America.
No, because listen, everybody who's living in that area is not a slave. So I don't know. The people who are living there are not slaves. It's the people who are captured and sent away. Those are the slaves.
So again, if Negro meant African or Black African, you would not have Negro de Terra and Negro de Guinea.
Yes, you would.
You mean no? You can't have that because you have, which means blacks of the land when they're speaking of the Indians, and then you have Negro de Guinea, which they're saying that it speaks of
all backwards. It's a lot of unlearning you got to do, bro. You got the shit all backwards. So there is no Negroes de Guinea. There is no Negroes de Guinea until they colonize. Hold on. There is no Negroes de Guinea until they colonize. Once they colonize, there's other people living there. That's why they have to differentiate the different people who's living in Guinea.
No.
Yes. No, this is you're trying to do a whole bunch of shit that makes no sense.
Pull up what you. No, I'm telling you exactly what it says. Negro means slave. Period. Black slave. Period.
You're wrong.
You can't have Negro de Guinea meaning an African and a Negro de Terra meaning an Indian. You can't have the same damn thing. If Negro, which is telling you right here in this source, is telling you Negro meant slave. Period.
No, it don't.
I read it, bro. No way.
Your source don't say that, my nigga. Look,
read it.
Look, they translated Negro de Terra. That is black of the land. It don't like.
Period. Hold on, keep going. In the colonial period, the usage of Negro often signified slave, thus slaves of the land, blacks of the land, slaves of.
You're not understanding. This is how they're using the word here. That don't make it. That's what the word means. In fact, it don't mean that they made them stop calling them that. Yeah, that's what happened. Again, it don't mean that so much that they made them stop calling them that.
Again, blacks of the land, Negroes both mean slaves of the land, as opposed to enslaved Africans. So in other words, they were saying there's a difference of Negro de Terra and Negro de African or Negro de Guinea. So in other words, Negro must mean slave. There's no way around it. Negro means slave. Period.
So okay, so no, you're wrong. So after slavery, why are they still calling people Negroes?
Because again, Negroes became blacks and Negroes became coloreds, which came from the so-called slave class.
No, after slavery, so the black people was a slave class. I'm asking you a question.
All right, go ahead. What'd you say?
You didn't even make no sense there, bro. So the black people was a slave class.
Negro means slave. What doesn't make sense about it? Because
don't mean
right here that again, once again, is telling you that Negro de terra, when Negro was often used to mean slave.
Often don't mean. Listen, you just said it. It doesn't mean all the time.
I didn't say that.
You just said often used.
No, I said Negro just means slave.
You just said often used. You just said it. And no, it's not period, bro. Because it's not always used in that manner.
No, but you're trying to say that Negro only means you got to be African. So if it's saying often used to mean slave, obviously
that's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying it has in a lot of come on, bro. In a lot of cases, has a double meaning. So they was using it on the Indians to mean slave, but the word still means that they're African. That's just it.
So the word still means they're African. Indians are African. By what you're
so look, this is in 1838.
This is
1830. Listen, this is 1838.
No. We're going 300 years before that.
No, because you keep saying Negro means slave. It doesn't, because this is the time. Listen, this is the time when this is a time in slavery. This is before 1865, and these people are what? Free Negroes. So why are they called Negro if they're not slaves anymore?
Freed slave. No, we ain't arguing. No, trust me. Me and this brother right here, we good.
Yeah, we don't argue.
Me and brother is all love. We just get he's passionate, I'm passionate. Ain't no hate, ain't no love, you know what I mean? But right now we're having a spirited disagreement. No, I'm kicked up more than he is because he's a lot calmer than I am. Nah, the fucked up part is because bro from up top. And we down here, and I'm more spirited than he is. Naturally, he's from New York and all that shit, so he should be a little bit more spirited than me. But still, he's from Jersey. I know, Jersey, New York, same type of shit. But, you know.
Yo, you there?
Poquito.
Señor, muy poquito, yo no hablo español fluente. Yeah.
Spanish ain't going crazy.
And I be trying. I used to know that shit better back in the day, but got a little older and I forgot a lot of shit. I'm good. How are you, fam? Shit, my bad, yo. Give me a second, now.
Yo. I gotta get up off here anyway, man. I've been on in 3 hours.
Shit, I'm good. All right, yeah, we can chop this up, but yo, I was trying to. All right, so back on some other shit right now. Yeah, I got my other family up in fucking Dorchester and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was trying to set up a debate, y'all. Before you jumped off Ab TV panel.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you to see if you want to pick out who you wanted to have a debate with.
I debate. I mean, I ain't gonna say anyone because a lot of people come with some bullshit. But I want to debate the main ones. That's it. I want to debate
because I did the same shit. That's why I fucks with you.
The main ones. A1, Ab Power, Have TV, whoever. Word.
But if you I tell you what, as far as debate topics and all that shit, because you know you about to hop off and we done with what we was talking about in our little convo and all that. Just shit was one piece to you on that shit. We can agree to disagree for another night.
That's a fact.
But if it comes down to the DNA topic, I might need a teammate, and I want you to get a teammate too. We get, you know what I'm saying. We can have a 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But if you want smoke with just one person, let me know. I'm gonna reach out. Ain't no guarantee I can get any goddamn body because shit, half the Abo community don't fuck with me any goddamn way. Or Abo Indian, I don't even know what to fucking call this shit no more. But
I see you started coming back around a little bit.
I got more time on my hands right now. It's about to disappear again, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get something up, I can make sure I got put some time around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so I don't know, because I just want to see a good debate, not just. I want to see a good form of debate.
My thing is, I don't know if they can have a good debate because they do a lot of shit, a lot of funny shit. Like,
I know.
Who's gonna be the moderators? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a real judges. Who's gonna judge? Are they really judging the sources?
No, I mean, not even so much judging the sources, just people just judging. Period. Like, because
I think sources matter. I think sources matter.
I ain't saying they don't matter. I'm just saying if you want people to judge the sources, that's kind of subjective. You know what I mean? That's
it's not subjective. I mean, everybody should know what a primary source is. That's just it.
Granted, put your hat on because you got the newspapers, you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that you consider primaries, and what most people.
That's the problem. It's not that I consider them primary; they are primary.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because again, I'm going back to my very first statement that I made when I pull up on here. Everything is hearsay. So what you consider primary, somebody argue against it or whatever, say it's not a primary, but then when they pull up a primary, you're going to say the same thing, vice versa.
No, I can't say the same thing because if it's actually a primary, I'm not going to say that because I have to respect the rules of this is the methodology of gathering historical evidence, bro.
All right.
So no. So now look, I can only make certain claims with this clipping. I can't say that, this proves X, Y, and Z, and it's not in the paper. It has to be relevant to the context of what I'm using it for. You know what I'm saying? But if I want to talk about David Ruggles and the Vigilance Committee and saying that he was helping for black people to get free or if they ran away, he was hiding people, shit like that. This would be a primary source for that. Where it's him showing where he's actually getting trouble for assisting black people from getting away in slavery, like he did with Frederick Douglass and shit like that.
Oh,
speaking of other cases where he did that.
Speaking of Freddie D, that nigga. I'll save that for another conversation. I ain't gonna go there right now. But yeah, I wanted I don't know. Like to me, because I tried to bring up. I don't know if they heard me or not, but I was trying to bring up because I honestly, personally, I want to be a spectator just because. Me personally, I like to try and take on more than just one. Just my style.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to talk about primaries and all that other shit, then as far as a neutral platform, that's what I was trying to go for. Because I don't want it on the Pan African channel. I don't want it on the Avo channel.
Mm-hmm. And that sucks that it has to be like that. Like people, they can't be objective. They have to be.
But naturally, let's say it like this, right? If we were to have it on Sanetta's channel, it's going to be in your favor no matter what.
Yeah.
If you had it on fucking Ab TV channel, it's going to be in there and the Abo side no matter what. So if we could find
Honestly, shit. If we can find a Jewish white boy who doesn't even actually, honestly, the ideal opportunity would be somebody who's familiar with debates, who doesn't understand or even really dig into either side of the history. So to me, that would be an ideal platform. I don't care if they're small, if they're big, or whatever. No, none of these fucking weighted motherfuckers that was like up in your channel, like whoever that real Chata motherfucker was. But if we can find somebody who's willing to, let's just say they're only into European history, they're not familiar with African, they're not familiar with American Indian history, and pull up on their channel, regardless of how big they are. If we can find somebody like that, that'd be the ideal platform to have, because then they would have no bias. That's the objective, to find somebody who doesn't have any bias on either side, so this way they can sit back and just look at it. If we can find fucking Yamoti Yasushora or whatever the fuck, some Japanese motherfucker who's into only Japanese history, who does debates on his shit, he understands how debates work, this, that, and the third, then we can pull it up on his channel. So this way people, and one is going to bring, either way is going to bring both sides to a different dynamic. Who's going to be looking at it from their own personal shit, like, oh, I never knew this, I never knew that. So this way we can't sit here and say, oh, your channel's being biased because of this, and your channel's being biased because of that. That's what I want to look for. At least that's what I'm hoping for, because I'd rather see that than people pulling up on like A1 channel or Rob Bourne channel or Top Cat's channel or fucking anybody's channel that would have a personal bias in the information. So we can find somebody who's completely neutral. I think we can make it happen. The hardest part is going to be finding somebody who's completely neutral and people actually agreeing to go on to that channel. Because I think if we can find somebody who's completely neutral, then niggas really will have to, like, excuse me, Nagas will really have to step their game up on both sides.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that it even got to be that way. It's like, listen, it's either people understand how to use a source, what a primary source is, what a contemporary source is, and I think that's how you judge. Well, it really depends on the debate topic. But like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of, see, I want to debate who do we say we are. We understand that there's a black population in America, right?
Yeah, people who, came up under that umbrella.
Yeah, so in that population, there's an oral history and there's a written history from these people.
That's where your problem's going to lie at, though, because the people that you're going to bring up were people that were put forth.
No,
listen, don't argue with me, because I just want to give you this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to argue with you and none of that shit right now. I'm just saying is the people that you're going to bring forth, they're all going to have the same type of history. That some way, somehow, they became a person of prominence that they were able to speak.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, what'd you say?
I didn't hear nothing you were saying because you wasn't. You was out.
All right, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm gonna be 100 with you. The people that you're gonna bring forth, they're all people that I guarantee you, when you look back in their history, you will find that they were part of some type of society. That's gonna make it very difficult for both sides. That's gonna create a very good argument on both sides. That might actually be a debate topic. It doesn't matter where David Ruggles said versus what your grandma said. You see what I'm saying? Well, you sound like you ran all the way across the room.
Like and shit like that. It's just not.
Oh, say that again. I didn't hear what you was. I didn't hear what you was just first saying.
Oh, I was saying the problem is like that when you say they're going to be part of some society, we've always been part of some societies because we started benevolent society. we always worked together because we was always Pan-African. We was always in some type of group like the Order of Elders that came from the Free African Society or all these bunch of other things. We always was in a group because we always understood that we need to work together to help.
No, I get that. Trust me, I get that. But at the same time, Tecumseh, he was an Indian who wanted to bring a bunch of random Indian tribes together. But he was part of fucking Lodge 259 and fucking out in fucking Scotland. He was a Mason. But so then I can show you where
what you have to do is demonstrate how what these people was doing was actually destructive and not beneficial to the people around you. Y'all just want to make like these groups. Oh, you'll say, oh, look, he was a Christian. So what? So was your grandmother.
Oh, you know what? I like that topic. How was it destructive versus beneficial?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good topic. I mean, can you agree to that part? I don't know. You sound like you across the room again. I ain't gonna lie. I can't hear you. Yeah, let me know when you come back to the mic.
Can you hear me?
All right, there you go.
Yo, why is my shit supposed to be working? I got the Bluetooth on. I don't know why.
Sound like you right here with me, and the next minute sound like you done ran to the
Oh, that's why. Nah, I literally.
But yeah.
Can you hear me?
That's actually are these because honestly that's really what it's going to boil down to. Are these people that you're going to put forth that are part of these different societies versus let's just say grandma, who may or may not have been part of these societies. Even if she was, she still could be telling her family what she learned from her grandmother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's I think
that's
all these blanket terms on, because they was in the church and shit like that. But
not even just the church, because I know people, especially in my family. Well, I ain't gonna say especially, but certain people in my family who were of the Masonic order. They said one thing to the public, but then they told their family something different. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's actually that's a dope ass topic. Like I don't know if I'm gonna catch you on like I don't know Ab TV channel because that's like as far as like so-called I don't even know like because I'm tired of the fucking drama. To be honest with you, so I'm not trying to disrespect nobody if I say Abos or Indians or whatever the fuck is. That shit's fucking annoying.
Yeah,
like
they get upset. Ab good with shit like that.
Yeah, like that's why
other people.
Because like there ain't no real drama with Ab TV. Like he's gonna let niggas say what the niggas gotta say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But excuse me, Nagas. Again, I'm working on that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that's a really good fucking topic. Because that's where no matter which way we try to pinpoint it, that's what it's gonna boil down to. Because what you're gonna pull up is gonna be people that I can sit here and I can show you each one of these motherfuckers part of this type of society. But at the same time, I understand it because I seen it happen in my own family, like Black Wall Street down in fucking North Carolina and Raleigh and Raleigh Durham.
Mm-hmm.
Started like literally my lineage goes like part of my lineage goes back to starting what used to be the oldest and longest running black insurance company, like North Carolina Mutual.
Yeah.
My lineage comes from that. They started Black Wall Street. So I understand, and I also can tell you that these niggas they came from hold on. But yeah, what they started down there in Black Wall Street, North Carolina, it started from actually a nigga down in Georgia who brought it to North Carolina, and that's where Black Wall Street actually got started from.
So I can sit there and say that shit because I know from my personal research and personal history and this, that, and the third, that's just on one side. Actually, not even just one side, just one part of one side. And from there, I can show you where my lineage linked up with Booker T. Washington, came up to Philly and made shit pop off. So from there, I can sit there like it's crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see both sides of the argument. So that's why, like me personally, like I don't really get down on like the whole Pan African shit. Like I see it, but I like the sport of this shit. That's just me personally. But at the same time, yeah, I want to see a debate where everybody's talking about puffing their chest out. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I want to see it.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. I'm cocky as hell. I'm from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? You from New York.
I ain't seen really no Aboriginal debate like that. Like they don't even care about having debates.
No, that's what. Like honestly, bro, between me and you, like, what was it? I guess 3 years ago when I challenged AP and A1 to a debate. I wanted to do it all in the same day, and and neither one of them. Actually, no, I ain't gonna see neither one of them. But A1, we had the debate on his channel, so peace to him for that. But at the same time, AP, that nigga, I ain't gonna talk shit. But I'm gonna just say it took 3 weeks after I brought the initial debate because I wanted both of them at the same time. So I get done with one and move on to the next one and keep it rolling. But it didn't happen. So I had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks after I put that initial challenge out to where AP actually finally took it. And yeah, but yeah, as far as going with the elbows,
So you saying they was running for a couple weeks?
Yeah, the old me, like last year and the year before, I would have told you, yeah, them niggas was ducking and running, but I'm trying to learn more peace because I really.
The truth is the truth, bro.
No, I ain't gonna. AP ducks for at least 3 weeks. He ducks because he put A1 in the front line, and then you actually go back when this shit first started popping off. You go to AP's channel when I was pulling up on there all the time, and you can see when A1 actually like, oh, if I'm gonna lose on my channel. This nigga already know he lost, and then he tried to change the topic of the debate so this way it favored him. So it is what it is. Cool. I hope we got past that. I let it go. Me and A1, every once in a while, we ran into each other and we got into some heated arguments. It's what it is. And then I'm hearing from other people, oh, these niggas calling your name out and this, that, and the third. And like, I bet. Like, I'm to the point where, like, all right, the fact that AP took that goddamn long to come and actually step up to the debate, nigga, he was ducking. And I did what I did off the strength of my memory. And I had Ab TV pulling up my sources for me because I was just walking the streets at the time doing that fucking debate. But then it was actually on AP's channel, A1's channel, so it was already biased against me.
Yeah. They still got that video?
Yeah. I can find it again. I'll send it to you if you want. But yeah, I sent A1. You actually probably find that a little easier than me and AP. Because I think A1 titled that shit Big Dog or some shit like that versus Iowa or some shit like that. I forget exactly how he put it. But yeah, I can find them both and send them over to you. Because what I did was initially, because they was on some bullshit like beefing with Phoenix Moon, beefing with like I got tired of the fucking beef, yo. And then I heard niggas poking their chest out. So like, all right, but let me bring some shit up that's gonna upset every fucking body. Debunk me. So I pulled out the white Indians. And like I told A1 the other day on AP channel, actually, you was already, I think you dipped off right before that, not AP channel, App TV channel. And I told him again, nobody has debunked me. I heard niggas talking shit and like True Searcher. I heard brother bring up his build that he did on certain things, but if he wanted to debate on that, the sources and everything that he brought up, I already knew about that, and I could have smashed that shit real quick and easy. But I'm cocky as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. That's just Jersey. But at the same time, I wanted to smoke, but I didn't want to smoke. But my intention was I wanted niggas to actually get back to building on the information. Fuck the drama. Fuck shitting on Phoenix Moon, calling her this, calling her that, and her calling y'all this and calling her that, and vice versa. I just wanted to get back to the information. So I thought I found a unified front. I'll become the goddamn enemy just for y'all niggas to get back to the information. And they didn't get back to the information. And then I just got like, then everything became about Cody Mayo. Because me and Cody Mayo, me and that nigga, you know, we fucks with each other.
Yeah.
From there, they try to make it so this way, oh, you're this, you're that. You know, nigga, stop. Let's get to the fucking information. I don't care about all this other stupid shit. Let's get to the information. That's all I care about. Just the fucking information. Because all this personal shit, you want to trash Cody Mayo because of the way he looks, bet. But you niggas was building with that motherfucker. You niggas you're sitting there pointing at your brother's channel that Cody Mayo was building with your brother with.
He's disrespectful.
Oh, was that?
He's disrespectful.
Oh.
Cody Mayo.
What you mean?
He's disrespectful. I niggas rude as fuck. Remember you called me in that clubhouse that time?
Yeah.
You know what? Acting stupid. Because he don't know shit. He don't know shit, bro.
Now he knows. It's just that. No. What I'm saying is he knows what he's talking about. It's just that he doesn't have the patience.
No,
deal with
people. Doesn't know. He doesn't know because he has the patience to deal with people because he was dealing with y'all. It's all good as long as he doesn't have an opposition.
No. Trust me. I built with him in the background. Bro, Trust me. I'm telling you, in the background.
He makes a video and forgets what it was because he doesn't retain. I can tell, bro. But you can say what you want. I ain't even gonna go back and forth about him. But also, he likes to tell niggas that they from Europe. Niggas ain't jacking.
Nah, there's part of truth in that though. Ain't whole truth. There's definitely part of truth in that.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah. I mean, some niggas do like I ain't saying you, but I'm saying some Pan Africans they'll tell you, oh, you may say they're European, but they still came from Africa. Well, if you say they came from Africa, they gotta admit that they came from fucking Tartarian Asia.
No.
And so there's a deeper route to it. He understands that. Trust me, he understands a lot of this shit. It's just he doesn't have the patience to deal with people because if they're not seeing what he's seeing, he's gonna cut you the fuck off.
So he's sued on. That nigga's sued as fuck. I'm sorry. That nigga's the worst.
I mean, I might be able to holler at him if you want to debate with him. You know what I mean? If you want the one-on-one.
He don't debate. He don't debate, and he don't have one-on-one conversations. He don't. That's how you know.
I can present it to him. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't guarantee that he's gonna do it. Like I said, I can present it to him and see if he wants it. And
I know he don't. That's not how he do his thing.
All right. I mean, we're gonna leave it there.
Right.
At the same time,
I gotta get up out of here, bro.
Word.
No, definitely good talking to you though.
No doubt. We can definitely chop it up again. And like once again, it was fun. I'm glad you one of the brothers who don't take shit personal, and we can actually laugh it off, chop it up, even though we agree to disagree or just disagree.
Yeah, this is information. Ain't nothing personal about this shit.
Exactly. Yeah, one of these days, I don't know if I go up to Dorchester, I might have to pull up and holler at you real quick. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell these dudes, they take it like a religion. You see how they defend it like if they Christians defend Jesus. They get real emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me, I know. Because once I brought up
that brought up the white Indians bill, I pissed everybody off.
Yeah, that's how you know it's more just a belief. And once you shatter their belief, you shatter their world. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
like,
I'm gonna holler at you.
yeah. If you pull up on AP channel or A1 channel or anybody like outside of App TV, I don't know if you still fuck with Top Cats or not.
Nah, Topcats, he don't fuck with me at all. He got me blocked all the way. I told you that.
Yeah.
I can't even get on his StreamYard, bro.
God damn.
Like that's how he blocked me from StreamYard, my nigga.
I didn't know that was possible. Somebody was
neither.
Yeah, I pulled up on the channel and somebody's trying to like I don't know if they were trying to bring smoke or not, but I felt like they were trying to bring smoke, but they never responded back to me when I asked them what they was talking about. But
man,
I don't know
that
because
nigga said his grandmother was African. That nigga said he was out there pumping part of Sankofa tribe. This nigga was wilding, bro. This nigga he said one of his ancestors is Osceola. That nigga's a Mongoloid Indian. Another one of his ancestors is John Hope Franklin. You read his biography, he talking about he was enslaved and an African. He was descended from an African. Top Cat is all over the place. He can't have a real conversation for me. That nigga put too much of his own information out there. Nah. Yeah, fuck with me.
Might be a dope ass debate to be honest with you. I ain't gonna make no even any goddamn thing, but I'm just gonna say I would like to see that.
Yeah.
If we could get 3-on-3 some way, somehow, you know what I'm saying? Like, if niggas want to involve me, but because, like, most of these niggas, I don't know how they look at me, but all I know is they don't really fuck with me. It is what it is. Problems with it, it is what it be. So, ain't no hate, ain't no disrespect, ain't no, ain't no lost love. We knockers, and that's what it be. And I'm about the information, period. And if people do all that shit, then cool, we can do it. So if you just don't get OHF because that nigga's oh my god. That nigga, yo, I'm still waiting for this nigga to actually prove his shit because if not, I already embarrassed him on Clubhouse and IG or whatever the fuck else. But yeah, my bad, bro. I keep running my mouth. You have a blessed night. Rest well. Rest easy. We're gonna chop this shit up another time, and hopefully we can actually get something good going on either before or after the new year.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, be safe though, bro.
All right, you too, brother.
Yo, OJ, peace, bro.
OJ the Juice God.